graph on that. Actually, didn't have the 361. Beautiful, refreshing looking image. Hi Trey, good to see you. So it's a general call. I had a couple of things. A few things here. So I thought we'd start off with a good smudge. Kind follow here and smudge some people in the chat. Again, can open chat, so anything you guys want to bring up, talk about, it's just fine. Happy Sunday, probably itch. I like that for Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy. Guide, comforting words on say, don't panic. Take time, what you're doing. Good advice, don't panic. Pulling up some kind of sticky. Yeah, I got some free rolls for myself. Got a few things. There you go. Different places. Working really well. Get it back. Interesting experience. So let's have some fun. Anyway, Loretta, good to see you. Such a good. Here's something fun from the backstage the Trump rally, for the incident, the scenario. Say. So listen to this. Hey, good to see you.
Was an inside job, and they're saying this video.
Yeah.
So there's some buzz circulating around the internet that the Trump assassination was an inside job, and they're saying this video proves it. Look at this. Probably 20 million people. Now this guy right here is a Secret Service agent, I imagine. He looks the part. He is coming over, and it looks like he's getting out of where a shot's about to come from. And he tells these people, hey, you might move over this way. And you know, that's a little bit old. And he's staying kind of crouched down, like he's expecting a shot to happen. Take a look at what happened. Oh, then a shot happens, and he didn't run to protect the president. He stayed ducked down. And I thought he's supposed to run and protect the president, but this guy is crouched down right there. It's like he knew it was coming. So there's some buzz circulating around the internet that the Trump assassination was an inside job, and they're saying this video proves it. Look at this. Probably 20 million people. Now this guy right here is a Secret Service agent, I imagine. He looks the part. He is coming over, and it looks like he's getting out of where a shot's about to come from. And he tells these people, hey, you might move over this way. And you know, that's a little bit old. And he's staying kind of crouched down, like he's expecting a shot to happen. Take a look at what happened. Oh, then a shot happens, and he didn't run to protect the president. He stayed ducked down. And I thought he's supposed to run and protect the president, but this guy is crouched down right there. It's like he knew it was coming.
Oh, sorry. I had myself muted. I'm checking my mic again. Let's see how we sound. I do have an air conditioner on in the background. It's very hot here. I cleared that up a little bit. Let's see what we're setting on. Let's see. The echo cancellation, see how that works. Oops. Another way. Now what's happening? That seemed to work pretty good. Looks like my volume's up there. Sometimes you just have to do and undo these settings for some reason. Yeah, it's weird, eh? Hi, Paul from Newcastle. Good to see you. Going to put out the link for anybody that wants to join in. You're welcome if I know you and I like you. All right, sound is good. Awesome. Okay, so let's see, what else have we got? One more thing. This is so absolutely adorable. Let's see if we're sharing it. Okay, we're good. You have to like us too. Yep, that's true. That puts a huge stipulation on it, doesn't it? I like most people, so it's really not a problem. Okay, let's watch this. This is adorable. Let's get the volume up there.
The Trump assassination and then Trump's iconic reaction of saying fight, fight, fight has gone so viral that little children in Uganda are recreating it, and it's incredible. Watch.
I want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh, that is so awesome.
I don't really know how to explain this, but the Trump assassination and then
Let's watch
Trump's
it one more
iconic
time.
reaction
Makes
of
me
saying
laugh.
fight, fight, fight
They're so cute.
has gone
Oh my
so
God.
viral that little children in Uganda are recreating it, and it's incredible. Watch.
I want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh, they're so good at that. That's so awesome. That's so good.
Mr.
Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a quick smudge after that. I love that video so much. I love it when kids do stuff like that. That's amazing. Good on them. They could take our military dog taxi. That's so funny.
I don't
One more
really know how
time.
to explain this,
One more
but
time.
the Trump assassination and then Trump's iconic reaction of saying fight, fight,
Oh,
fight
great.
has gone so viral that little children in Uganda are recreating it, and it's incredible. Watch.
I want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
I don't really know how to explain this, but the Trump assassination and then Trump's iconic reaction.
That was so awesome. The creativity is boundless with children. It's awesome. Let's see, where are we here? Hold on. There we are. Time for a smudge. So that was really cool. So what I've next thing on the agenda here is a cool grounding device that I've come up with. It does need some work on it, but so far, like, just for effectiveness, I gotta say, it's really good. Here, let me show you guys what we got. So I bought some chain the other day. I wasn't sure that it was going to work very well, but I have a voltmeter. Wonder as a child, yeah. So I have a voltmeter, and I can confirm that this will conduct electricity all the way through. I tested that. Now this is something I put on my ankle, and it gave me interesting effects. So it just loops. You can see right there. There's a loop that I can close. I've got to get a better clasp system for it. I'll go and buy one from Michaels or something. Just hope the children got some money for doing that video. I think that's what they do for fun, Paul. But yeah, so this works really well. I wore this one since Thursday evening. I put it on. I've been wearing just the single one each day and night, wearing it to bed, where I usually have restless leg syndrome. So that usually gets me. And what I found is, interesting thing, that one leg would not spasm at all. The other leg was jumping around like a bean. So I'm gonna do a video at some point on how to put one of these together with a proper clasp. Right now it's just an experimental fixture, but it does work because I don't want to take it off really and on. So a permanent clasp for me is really just fine. I left some extra links on it so that I can adjust the length as well. Let me get it on again. I like wearing it. Yeah, it seems almost any metallicized chain should work. It really shouldn't. Now, there are some metals that work as a conductor better than others, but this is just like a copper coated or chain, and I was worried that it wouldn't work. Sometimes they have a plastic coating on them, but that wears off very quickly, it seems, if there was one, because I was able to get a current, to detect a current running through it on the third day, I think. Yeah, you could also do a bracelet as well, Loretta. You can see I've done a neck chain that works. I wasn't sure if it was working well. I'm still not sure if this works quite as well as the copper wire I had. The day I was headed into work, I did experience some tooth pain, but frankincense helps with leg pain. Cool. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Just dig your claws right into my leg. Yes, you're a good boy. So I'm going to make another one and put it on the other leg. See how I do tonight. This chain seems to work pretty well, better than I thought it would. I bought a couple of types, a couple of different spools of it, so we can do different things. Maybe even send some of them out to you guys. I tell you, some people aren't that good at making things. Some people, can be a little tricky to wrap a wire around a battery. I know it doesn't sound tricky. Okay. Find a suitable piece of wire. So one about this big too. I have tons of wire just hanging around. You can get, what you can do is go to a hardware store, okay, and get a grounding cable, section, a 2 or 3 foot section of grounding cable, and then you can unspool it, and you'll end up with a whole bunch, around 7 or so pieces of copper. Okay. Let me finish my smoke here, and then we'll do one of those, because I want to make one for the other leg. Yeah, chain makes it very easy for people to do that. So hopefully you guys can experience some of it too. I find on the weekends, I go for a shower or whatever. Hey, James, tacos and shopping, nice. So I say, oh yeah, when I take all of my devices off, what I find is it's weird. My nose hair starts burning. So you still got some copper wire, nice. Audio is breaking up. Yeah, I'm not close enough to it. That's my fault. Check that again. Sometimes it might go off. I'm not sure. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, we're good. Okay. So we'll finish our smoking smudge here. And yeah, it's good now. Yeah, I just wasn't close. Max just threw up on the floor, so he wants some comforting attention. Come on, Max. Come on. Yes, you're a good boy. Hey, Holistic Media. I guess I scared everybody off with saying you can come up if I know you and like you. How about if I just know you and kind of like you? Does that work better, Trey? Attention or intention? Because really, all I wanted to do was show you a few things and grounding devices and all that. If anybody has anything they want to talk about, much appreciated. Actually, I got to finish my smoke here. Just trying to finish my smoke. You're such a good boy. Well, he likes attention. He just loves attention. He's an attention hog. He'll get tummy rubs from my wife and then try to get them from me minutes later. Okay. Okay. I have to do something in minutes. Your tail is wonderful. All hail the tail. All one more time. One more time.
Action of saying fight, fight, fight has
I try not
gone
to play this
so
too much throughout
viral
the video,
that
but I do.
little children in Uganda are recreating it, and it's incredible. Watch.
I want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Sorry. It's so addictive. Do you grow catnip? No, I gave them some catnip. Max, most of the time, we brush them as much as we can, but sometimes it's good just to get some catnip in them because they'll puke up those hairballs, you know. And that's good for them. Got to get those hairballs out. Their acting was way better. Right? I love that. I just okay, let's see if we can do this. So what I usually start off by doing, you got to have a pair of pliers. I think Max is sitting on them. Do you want? Okay. So starting off with a piece of wire, right? You have to get it to wrap around the battery. So start wrapping. Get a few coils around one way. Get a few coils around the other way. Now this is solely just to keep it in place. Okay. Now what we have is two ends, okay, sticking out. Okay. So what you've got to do is take this end here. Okay, see it's on the negative pole there. Yeah, you could try that, Loretta. That would be a good idea to try. Okay, so again, take your pliers. Okay. You're going to flip that up. Just up that way. So straight. Okay. Now what you're going to want to do is make a bend in it. About, I'd say about a little more than the distance of the battery's width. Okay. So you're going to want to bend that backwards. Like that. Oh, great. Right on. That's so pukey. Is that a car key battery? It's a 12 volt. One second, guys. He is such a pukey cat. It's a 12 volt. I'll show you the package for it, Loretta. Call. Hold on. So I got these from the dollar store for a couple bucks a piece. So it's a 12 volt. I chose this because of the voltage. So the number is A23. A23. Okay. So you can order those online. You can probably get them at a dollar store. Okay. So after you've got a bend in it like that, okay, this bend is going to come down and touch the negative pole. So you're going to grab it right about there. Bend it in. See how it's bent in. And my bend is a little bit off. It's a little far down, but you can fix that. So now what you want to do is fix that bend a little bit, bring it in. Here, we'll bring that in a little more. Okay. And you can see that now it is touching the negative pole. There. Okay. But once it's touching the negative pole, take clippers, your pliers. You might need side cutters. I have needle nose with cutters on them. Okay. Just go clip that off. There. Okay, back to this end. And squish these together a little bit. Okay, so back to the other end. Now what we want to do is straighten this up. Now that battery is in there, attached to the negative pole. Okay. You make a little, just a little loop on it. So I'm going to make one that is oblong this way. Bend it over. Bending it over. Going to come back around the other way. And I'm just bending it into like a loop shape. Again, whatever you do on the top, as long as it holds something. So we're going to cut it off right about there. Bring it back. We'll go there. And I'll bring this back. Bend this back this way. Oh, maybe a little too far. However you get it, doesn't really matter as long as you're connected to that negative pole. And you can get some proper, this one will work really well because that'll sit flat against my leg. Just like that. Okay. So open up the clasp. Again, this is only temporary. I will get proper clasps and stuff. The chain go. I have a piece of chain cut for this. I'll find that. Give me a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this chain I wrapped around my leg and I made it about an inch or two extra. Okay. So that you can adjust it. Okay, so it may not be comfortable when you first put it on. You can adjust it looser or tighter. I don't know if I can show you how to link it on my wrist. Let's give it a try. So I'm going to put it on. This might be difficult. It's easier on your leg with two hands. But basically, you get the idea. So this, sitting like this, take it over, loop it into one of the chains at the right length for your leg, on your leg, and then just pinch it closed with your finger. Again, this is again just a temporary solution, but you get the idea from what I'm doing, and hopefully you can come up with your own methods, and or this method would work, and then you can follow along as I get better at it. Yeah, I've been thinking of a belt with magnets as well, Loretta, because I do use a magnet on my waist. I keep a neodymium magnet in my pants with the negative pole, always the negative pole, guys. Negative pole, negative polarity. Those ones are, oh, yeah. So yeah, you basically end up with this. I did it in that shape so that when it's on my ankle, it will be pulling that way and not come loose. And the wire is actually easy to adjust. I wear a magnet every day, not on my belt. It's actually, right now it's sitting in my pants. Yep. Really helps me with my digestion. Life. Hi, Mr. Obvious. So it's just a neodymium magnet, 2 of them, right? So that you can. Oops. You just do this. I do this in my underwear as well, just like that. Stay right there. You can do it in your pocket. That'll work as well. You can just take the negative pole, mark it on the battery, or on the magnet, sorry, and just slip it into that little coin pocket there. That'll work too. And there it is. So it's there. And I like to put the other one on so that it stays secure. Right? No, I won't show you my skin. I'll hide that for you. So, and I do wear one on my waist, another battery. I've shown you guys these before. Very easy to make. You just go around the negative pole, right? Come down around the battery. This one's very easy to see. And you just come up and around. Make the loop in the back. This loop. Put a little hook on it so that it hooks over your pants. And there you go. You just slip that over your jeans. The copper is touching your belly, and that helps grounding as well. So yeah, that's and again, my experience with that was the one leg that I did have the anklet on was just resting, and the other one was kicking like a mule without a grounding device on it. So it really did have an effect. I did 3 days of that to make sure that it was truly an effect that I was having, and it seems to be. Let's see, Mr. Obvious. Yeah, when I take all my devices off again, like I did do quite often for baths and showering, I get a burning smell in the nose. I can actually smell burning, which is disgusting. But, that's what happens. No side effects? Nope. None. Just positive effects. With the magnet, she was taking Imodium and all kinds of other stomach remedies quite a while until I discovered I just decided one day, intuition said, put a magnet there. Because the negative side of a magnet is very healing. Now, let me show you how to do that too. And you can get a compass, a directional compass. Yeah, like her mind. So just a directional compass of any sort will work. Okay. Do that. So, there is a magnet. It has two poles, positive and negative. Okay, you see that? How the south pole will connect to the north pole of the magnet. So the south pole will connect to the north pole of the magnet. Okay? And conversely, of course, the north pole will connect to the south pole of the magnet. The south pole is the one you want. Okay, so once you find the negative pole, I want you to scratch on the battery, on the magnet. Just the negative side. Just a line. Scratch it into the battery. That way you know which side is the negative. Or you could put a marker on it. Markers don't last. I found that out quickly. So scratch it. That way you can know it's the negative pole. You can see the little scratch marks there in the middle. And make sure that the negative pole is directed towards you, not positive. No, you can't go up there. No, don't go up. So that's very important to know how to find the negative pole and have the negative pole aim towards you. If you have a positive pole aimed towards you, it could cause damage. So be sure and make sure that you get that right. All right. So that's all I had for you guys really today. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put this anklet on. Give me a second here. So again, I left a couple extra inches on it. I measured around my ankle and added a couple of inches. That way you can adjust it if it's not comfortable. Yeah, I put it on backwards. So, and I do wear it. It works under a sock. So, when I'm at work, I wear socks, obviously. and it fits quite well underneath the sock. Used to be a little looser. Want it loose enough that it'll move a bit, not so loose that it's falling down off your foot. And yeah, there you go. I'll show you guys that. You get to look at my skin. My ankle. Wow. So there, that's it. Really helpful. We'll see how my sleep goes tonight. If I end up no restless leg, that'll be awesome. All right. Thank you. So subscribe, like, comment, and share, it says. Thank you for allowing us to share this video. All right, time for a smudge. So hopefully you guys will, I will do other videos on how to make other devices. I do have to at some time make one of these bracelets for a friend. Yeah, isn't it gorgeous? Sexy. I have to make one of these bracelets for somebody. Might help them. Some of their elements, we'll see. No, it's not a gold chain. It's a gold colored chain. It's a blend of metals. It's nickel free, blah blah. Doesn't really say what it is. But I did find that it was conductive. It will pass a current through it. And as I said, some metals will probably work a little better than others. Like a pure silver chain would probably work much better, but that would be very expensive. I'm going to look into the pawn shops and see what kind of chains I can get there. Hey Dino, good to see you. Doing well. Now it's just a chain from a roll chain I got from Michaels. I don't know if you guys have Michaels down there. It's a craft store or any craft store. You could even get the chain sometimes at hardware stores. Do any Rockefeller stuff in here? Yeah. And I don't know what the elites do for their stuff, but YouTube is sharing. Oh, okay. View tab. Copper chain would be good too, Dino. Silver or copper. I haven't found any yet. This is not. This might even be a core of iron. Not sure. But it is conductive. Being conductive is the main component that you're looking for. And again, some of them can be covered with a plastic, so you may have to burn that off or just wear it off. Wouldn't be hard to burn off. But yeah, I think just about any chain that's conductive should work. I hope. It seems to. This is, as I say, this is just chain from Michael, from a craft store. Made me a fancy bling bling necklace. All right. With a battery on it. Lots of cat fur too. I've been thinking of doing coils, Dino. And I bought wire for that. I bought some thin wire to try on a battery. Coil it around an iron rod. The only problem is finding an iron rod. Iron's actually pretty hard to find. That's so gangster. Yeah, yeah. I should draw a little clock on it, right? Do that time thing or whatever. Time is up, man. It's time for pasty white men to take their place in the world. Time is up. Pasty old white men are coming. We got the bling. Yeah. Yeah. Been used to grow vegetables. Exactly, Dino. Yeah. Electroculture, they call it. Sticking a rod of copper in the ground seems to help. I don't know how. But I did buy some very fine wire to wrap around. I'm trying to create a negative pole electromagnet. Copper wire around 6 foot blue stick definitely made a difference to your lettuce. Wow. And you know how much area did that cover? Holistic Media. We did the one bamboo stick. Did it do a huge area? Make it better, or was it just beside the plants you put it in? It's kind of one of my questions. Wonder how much area it covers. Give us an estimate if you can. Work to keep it alive and thrive. Awesome. Excellent. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that works. I got tons of copper wire hanging around, so I don't have any problem with that now. I bought 7 feet of grounding cable. You can get that at the hardware store, and the chain you can get at Michael's. You had a one by stick in a 3-foot trough, and all the lettuce grew bigger that were in the pot. Sure grows much further. Wow. Okay. Like, what if you were to put it in the ground? Do you think it would cover a large area? Like, would one stick do a large amount of crops? Or would you have to, put a bunch around? Yeah, exactly, Dino. How much area, can we get out of one stick? So you laid it sideways, did you, Holistic Media? Or did you put it upright? 1 foot stick in a 3-foot trough. So at least 3 feet. Sounds like, anyway. Sure, in the ground it'll have a much further reach. Okay. You don't think it's above ground, but it's affecting below ground. Interesting. I'd like to hear the results people have from their stuff, because we can all use better food and better nutrition, and if this is going to give it to us, that's what we need, right? 1 second. And the cat came back. Hi, Max. All hail the tail. I put it upright, sticking out of the ground. The sticks at 3 feet high didn't seem much different in terms of growth. Okay. So do you think it's more of the effect of it in the ground? Like, what if you were just to like lay copper in the ground? Would that, like horizontally instead of upright? Would that? I don't know if that would work or not. Be kind of cool. It works. You've heard that it works standing up or laying down in the dirt. Now that's coiled, right? You have to have. Well, this would be good to experiment with uncoiled and coiled. I look within. Good to see you. Tell you guys, I feel really grounded. I'm close to being outfitted like an Anunnaki god. Did anyone? Oh, that's a really well. See, the ground itself should work, Tony, but that's an interesting idea. Huh. Like a double ground. I wonder if that's what it's doing. Is if it's protecting the plants, like my devices are protecting me, drawing these outside signals into the copper instead of allowing them to permeate the plant. It's a very interesting idea. And I'm wondering what a grounded copper wire would do on a pole around or near us. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have the ability to do that. What an interesting idea. I can't stick it in the ground. Hi, Kimba. But I could have a post in the house, anywhere. I could have multiple. I have broomsticks and stuff. Wrap a copper coil around it and see if it gives me any health benefits, and grounded, of course, with a battery. I'm really curious now. Now you guys got me thinking. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Yeah, that's good stuff. That it works both ways. Positive side of magnets should boost growth. I'll be trying that also. I wonder about that. Like if you put it in the ground and tried both the negative pole and the positive pole connected to it at the top, see if it does any growth difference. Huh. What an interesting idea. Yeah, man. Well, the Bible says that we are little gods, so I'll take that. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Maybe you could hook it up to your metal bed. Yeah, I could. Lots of ideas there. That's an interesting one, Trey. It'll have to be tried. I have all kinds of experiments with that, Max. We're going to have to bring it up on Charles. Yeah. Great. Some good ideas there. I'm going to have to write some of these down so I don't forget. I'm going to have to do a drawing. I have a negative pole at the top and a positive. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah, I like the idea of the post. It's kind of fun. Huh. Yeah, you'll have to bring our results. I've got results from my anklet today, which were well over 3 days that made a huge difference. Lots of what? Lots of rooting hormone. Okay. Some 16. Yeah. RM sleep. Oh, cat naps. I love cat naps. Now I want to try. I happen to have 7-foot piece of wire hanging out here. And I do have a post. I can try it on a broomstick, actually. I wrap my coil around stakes and put it in ground for my plants. Yeah. I don't know if that would work for us. It might. Right. You guys been getting the broadcast, national broadcast, where your mobile phone just gives you a warning sound. I'm just testing. No, I haven't. Here in New Zealand, they've been sending out. Oh man, that's not good. Rub it with cloth to make it better. I usually sand them with a light sandpaper just to make sure that there's a good connection. Some of them sometimes are coated with plastic. So let's do that while we're waiting here. Get any oxidation off of it. So you just need a little piece of sandpaper. Just run it up and down a few times. Hi, Kitty. Good to see you. So I won't subject you to watching that. So I am just sanding the paper, sanding the wire, just like that. It's good to do that to make sure that you're getting a good connection. Again, sometimes they put plastic or a coating on them. Getting all that off. Takes a minute or two. Yeah, don't go to the muster station. They did that during Katrina. People started going missing, I heard, at those muster stations. So there you go, that's done. Now let's get a big pole. So I want to do it big. I need a big pole, right? Yeah, no emergency alerts here either. Nothing. Slightly slanted cheeks. Okay, back in 1 second. What I have is a broom handle. I'm going to try it on that. Because that's what I've got. What's that, Dean? Something to watch out for. So here I have a stick. Okay, so we'll start wrapping it. Give me a second. Bring it up. Round it along. Straight long piece of metal. Spin the pole. Metal on. It helps plants with microbes. It doesn't seem to matter what you wrap on oil. Almost there. On there. So what we have right now is a post. Now, I don't know how you guys wrap it. I just did it a loose wrap. That. But that should be only Santa had oil, but must make stadiums. Oh. Right. Okay. I don't know if it's all the wrapping or all the energy that's right. I have a 9-volt battery. Well, this one's gonna be Let's see if there's any. Give it about. I can check a couple of things during the show. Teeth. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah. Maybe you can trust the government more. Yeah, I would find my own shelter, definitely. Okay. No, it's because I'm moving back and forth. That's all. I have to stay close to the mic. Sound fritzing. Okay, so we'll see if this has any effect. We've got the negative pole of a battery attached to the bottom. I don't know. Maybe I do feel something. I don't know. Again, I did it on a mop. So, and is that the type of coil that you guys do? Just a loose coil like that, or do you do a tighter coil? Kind of like a wand, yeah. Yeah, it's my mop wand. So it's just like that, eh, Dean? Okay. I would say that the energy feels a little lighter in here. Possible. Possible. I don't know. Well, let's have another smoke. Again, if anybody wants to come up, here's the invite. And we can chat and come up with other experiments to try, because I've got a lot of materials hanging around. Got some very, very fine wire, copper wire to try on things as well. And another thing I was interested in trying is they have this bead wire, and it looks like you could even sew with this stuff. It's very stiff, but it's like 3 or 5 stranded bead wire, and it's, you know, 0.5 millimeter thick. Very flexible. I was wondering about trying that on something too. Got to do all these experimentations to, you know, figure out what works, because they're not telling us. I think an electromagnet would be really cool, and probably I don't know if it would work, but an electromagnet would, just with the negative pole, or even both. I don't know. Like I want to try that too. So to make an electromagnet, what you do is you get an iron rod and you wrap copper wire around it, just a whole bunch of windings, and then you put some polarity to it, some current to it, and it turns it into a heavy-duty magnet. The reason for using iron is because it'll go completely off. Other metals will become magnetic over time, and I want to try both, obviously. But I'd like to get an iron rod so that I can have it be a proper, at least the proper way to make an electromagnet. Wire made for connectivity, like electric or speaker wire, acoustic wire, yeah, very flexible. That's the same way I do it. I take a few wraps at the top and at the point stick up, at the point sticks up, yeah, and splays out into 3 or 4 points, copper only. Okay. Metal can stay magnetized for a long time until you demagnetize it. But magnets made by that by just using a non-ferrous metal. Iron is a ferrous metal. Non-ferrous metal. It can last a long time. You can magnetize something permanently almost. All right, we'll see you, Dino. Enjoy that wood splitting. When am I going to walk you through making a magnetic energy machine? Don't know what you mean. Magnetic energy machine. I'm still working on a lot of things. I don't know which specific you're talking about. Beading wire could work, but they don't make those for connectivity, and it may be a lesser grade. It's possible. Breaks and impurities, yeah. All right, we'll see you, Dino. Have a good day. So if something happens here with this, I don't know. It's interesting. Laminated wire rod works the best anytime you build an electromagnet. Yeah. You try to keep the laminated is better. I'd probably have to put some tape or something between it. But yeah, that does work better. You want the coils separated. Shows this on a video he did. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to dip my wire or cover it in a coating, like a shellac. From Adapt 2030 shows on a video. Yeah, if you could grab an image of what he did or something, Loretta, I'd like to see it. That'd be cool. I keep checking my teeth because my teeth are loose sometimes when I get too much electricity, especially at home in front of the computer and all that. I have to find. I'm gonna probably be painting my walls with some EMF RF protective paint. Yeah, that's great, F Kitty. Yeah. Liquid electric tape or a silicone pour. Yep. I was thinking a shellac, just like an artist's shellac would work as well. Just anything to keep them apart. Keep the layers apart in the separate wires. I don't know if my email's on my info. Yeah. There you go. Hi, Danny. Good to see you. So right now, I'm just kind of waiting to see if we have any effects from this. It should, for me, it usually effects happen immediately, but it could take a while. Let's see if we put it up close. There we go. I have my mop handle here. Put it a little closer. I don't know. It does feel like there's something happening. I don't know. I don't know if I'm sensitive enough to feel anything. The iron can be bare, just has to be riveted together in layers. Yeah, I was hoping to find just an iron rod to wrap it around. It'd be so much simpler. I don't know. Nothing yet. Don't really feel anything yet. Again, here's the invite. Nobody's come up to chat with me, but that's okay. I can just keep chatting and smoking. I got a couple hours to waste, you know. I thought I'd share this stuff with you. My other anklet fell off. I gotta get better. I gotta get better clasps for that. Go. Get on there. How'd you fall off? Tight. I don't know how that fell off. It was pretty tight on there. Have to really squish it on there, I guess. On with my pliers. We'll have to get to Michael's and get some regular clasps so that it can be done and undone. Hi, F Kitty. Good to see you. So we're just waiting to see if this thing has, if my mop handle has any effect, and the coil. Good to see you, RJ. Oh, one more time.
I don't really know how to explain this, but the Trump assassination and then Trump's iconic reaction of saying fight, fight, fight has gone so viral that little children in Uganda are recreating it, and it's incredible. Watch.
I want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh, kid. He's awesome. God, that's funny. 5:20 a.m. here. Wow. What are you doing up so early? People are real early risers. Yeah, that's an awesome clip. I love that. So cute when kids do stuff. You showing that, Trev? Yeah. Here, I'll put a link for that in chat. That is a fantastic clip. Oh, you've been up all night? Oh, no. Not so much rising, yeah. So share that out. And then there's, let's look at this one again. Where was it? Yeah, this guy. It's hilarious.
So there's some buzz circulating around the internet that the Trump assassination was an inside job, and they're saying this video proves it. Look at this. Now this guy right here is a Secret Service agent, I imagine. He looks the part. He is coming over, and it looks like he's getting out of where the shot's about to come from. And he tells these people, hey, you might move over this way. And you know, that's a little bit old. And he's staying kind of crouched down, like he's expecting a shot to happen. Take a look at what happened. Oh, then a shot happens, and he didn't run to protect the president. He stayed ducked down. And I thought he's supposed to run and protect the president, but this guy is crouched down right there. It's like he knew it was coming.
What a hero, eh? My copper bracelet. So that one is done like this. I just, what I do, show you. So what I do is I start wrapping in the middle here, right? Well, let me see if I can do one. Let me find a copper bracelet. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so copper bracelet. Let's get a suitable length of wire. Hold on. Oh, need a battery too. Hold on. So far we got copper wire, bracelet. See my bling? I like this. Looks all fancy. Oh, what's that, Danny? Oh, okay, I can show that. That's yours. Where are we there? There we are. See if the volume's up. It doesn't appear that she's... Can't hear any words. Aw, that's cute. Nice little honey altar there. Blessing your honey. Awesome. Oh, there's sound now. Nice. Watch that one more time. See all the elements you put in there. I like the wood. That's a nice addition there. Little animal effigies. Oh yeah, what a great idea! Yeah. Thank you for that. I like that. Good stuff. Yeah, bees have been an thing since ancient times. Yeah. Okay. One more smoke before we make a bracelet. That's really cool. I play frequencies to my flute, and blessed, of course. See, hard to read like that. The bark is from a beautiful tree that fell off. It's a sign of things to come. Strength to the brothers, balance with Mother Nature. Nice. I was watching a thing about beekeeping today. The guy was making bottle hives. Apparently, bee hum therapy is awesome. Yeah. I've listened to bees on YouTube. I don't know if it's quite the same, but it does sound really beautiful. Just listening to the bees buzz. Work to get the pain out faster and keep the poison from spreading too far. Nice. I feel greatly at peace when it feels. Yeah. Yeah, the bees. I like the bees. They come and visit me all the time. They like to share my coffee. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bee pollen is very good. I love the bees. I like that lady that does that. She helps the bees. She saves the bees. And then at the end of her video, she said, "Another great day of saving the bees." I keep worrying about the bees, but bees seem to be adapting just fine to things. They know where to go, where to stay. Bees on Caffeine, my new brand name. Nice. Yeah, they seem to like my coffee. When when you're smoking a doobie too, they love the smoke, the smoke flower. I don't know why. Burning flowers, they seem to like too. Guess they smell the pollen. Yeah, good, Pamela. Yeah, save the bees. We have to save the bees. One thing that would help the bees is if we stop pumping wireless radiation at them. I've seen the effects of on videos that people are showing of the 5G towers on trees. It's hope. How good do you think that's going to be for you? It's going to be called caffeinated bees. Okay. So, Paulus bees. Never heard of those. Hate this pop-up. Come on, go away. Help cure the sting of the bee, and is very potent for healing when you're sick. Cool. I try to only eat honey and natural sources of sugar. I've kind of faltered lately, though. I really have to get back. Rub the pollen on the center of the scalp. Ooh. Good for growing hair. They were poisoning the bees so badly they would drop out of the scalp. Oh, man. Go crazy and start flying upside down in circles, stinging themselves and anyone nearby. Oh, man. I have a hummingbird feeder. It gets filled with ants. Oh. I don't know. You could get some of that protective tape. Or they have super slippery tape, or you can, get some tape that'll catch them. Maybe that would help. Yeah, from every angle, I know. And, it is sad that we have to come up with these solutions like grounding devices and all that. We shouldn't have to, They're not going to admit to the damage it's causing. Never, never. Yeah, healing rituals are good. I try to let my body heal at night with frequencies I play and metal sheets I have all over my bed. It's a lot, And like my wife, she's pretty much come to the conclusion, if she wasn't living with me, she would probably be on a whole bunch of medications, because that's what they do to people. They get you in with a symptom and find you a medication for it, right? And again, here is a link. Those people who do not believe that we are being used for wireless communication, a link for that from the IEEE. It is the source for information on what they're doing to us. So, Human Body, the future communication channel for WBAN, and this document is over 10 years old. So please share that out with people so that they know what's actually happening. I've had arguments discussions and debates with people about this, and them telling me, no, it's just the devices. But it's not. It's not just the devices, and you can explain that easily with this document. It says it quite clearly. WBAN is a network of wireless sensor nodes in which or we don't need these other ones, on-body sensor nodes communicate with central hub. WBAN uses either RF or non-RF based communication techniques. Human body communication is a non-RF technique which utilizes the human body as a communication channel. Right there. Very easy to find in this document. Down here it states it again. So it provides monitoring of human physiology like heart rate, blood pressure, body temperature. Just down here. So such right here, such non-RF based communication or technique is commonly known as human body communication HBC technique. Electrical signals can easily propagate through the human body. Right there. Can't highlight it, which makes HBC possible. So right there in that document, it's telling you that we can use the human body for communication, and we're doing it. Please share that out. You know, it's disgusting. Where is that? Supercharged. Might be some difference with this post around. I'm not sure yet. We had a lot of tax penalties on medical for not wanting to join. Oh, wow. Really? Right? Feed it back to nature with respect to mothers with redirect? Okay. Yeah, it hasn't been easy. Not easy. They're convincing. Yeah, many I think have Kitty. They use a lot of ELFs. They've covered the spectrum from ELFs to the microwave range with communications, and it's just an onslaught to the human body. Yes. Yeah. Generally, an increase in pressure is what I feel, Loretta. Can hear that pitch, and it's like the pressure will come down. That's what happens to me most of the time. Sometimes it's a little different. And we also have, for protection, piloerection, which is giving yourself goosebumps. It's another thing that can help. Apparently that disconnects you from the system. I don't know that it protects you from the ambient radiation, but at least it stops you from being connected to the system. I don't know if this is what you mean, if nobody else gets it there, Loretta. Nobody else gets it, but that document can explain to them that they are being used. Yeah, put your crystals out in the full moon. That's some interesting energy. E field near an inside Wi-Fi router is like 20 volts per meter. Oh, 200 volts per meter. Sneaky, it's gradually ramps slowly, so I didn't notice. No sudden on, just sudden off. Oh, wow. Yeah, there is so much doctors don't know about. Well, they're indoctrinated to, their money is made giving out medications. Unless they're giving out medications, they're not really going to make much money. The visit isn't worth much to them. No one else hears the sound, yeah. Me and my wife do hear them at the same time. That has happened on a few occasions. Oh, pagan wells had cures in them. Yeah, treated water. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, probably higher. 11% they say can hear off-scale noises, eh? Not sure why that is, eh? It's interesting, though. Yeah, those pings in my ears, those high-pitched ones, doesn't matter what's going on around me. I kind of feel it. It's ringing in your ear. Very short term, though. Yeah, unfortunately, that's what happens. My wife was on several medications. She's now off of with some substitutes that work quite well. She used to be a smoker. She quit smoking maybe 15 years ago. But she started having anxiety. So I suggested she should try nicotine gum. She thought, well, that's addictive. That's not good. And I said, well, okay, the nicotine gum. She tried it and it worked for her, but if you're on pills, you're stuck on pills for the rest of your life, or you're taking nicotine gum. Which would you prefer? Your feet to the ground, yeah. Yep, put your hands up to the air. Another great thing to do is to lie on the ground, to take a little bit of a run, get your heartbeat up, and then lie on the ground. Yeah, I don't know about the things in the sky, Loretta. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't noticed that. But yeah, that doesn't seem to matter what's going on around me. When that hits me, it's very poignant, very noticeable. Yeah, Hillary. Yeah, she's going to take her stab for the presidential spot. Apparently, I heard that. But they've already had their convention, haven't they? Pretty much. Like, Joe's the guy. Joe's our man. Right? Joe was our man. Yeah, I think it could be them. There's several possibilities, Pamela. Could be them trying to tap India to use you as a device. Could be them trying to block you from using your abilities. Or it could be just like a general thing happening in the atmosphere that you can only see and feel and other people don't. Most times I think it's more radiant energy, not actually directed at us as a personal attack. It's just that he just gave up his presidential run. It's official. Oh, wow. I bet Kamala is pretty bummed. Yeah. It was just announced. That is awesome. So it's Hillary and Trump. Yeah, she elated. Okay. Is that right? She's the new president run Kamala. Oh, I bet there's going to be some infighting about that. They've been telling us a woman is coming. Yeah, the Simpsons predictions, right? As well. They had Lisa as a president, right? But they also had Trump 2024 in one of their clips that I saw. I don't know if that was a put together clip or if it was actually one of theirs. Not saying Kamala and Camilla. Camilla? Yeah. Yeah, what about Kamala Harris? Isn't she, shouldn't she take the place? New scum wanted the position. Yeah, I think all of California would have revolted. Yeah, he's a disaster. Look at what he did to California. Yeah, Camilla, I don't know how to spell her name. I don't know either. She's taking over. Oh, wow. This is going to be a fun time. We're going to have that laugh all over. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, I can't stand her laugh and her voice. Oh, my God. This is going to be a train wreck. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Oh, God. God help us all. Camilla in charge. Wow. Oh, wow. Give me a few minutes to take that in. That's wow. We're all going to need some protection, and wow. Oh, God help you guys. Oh, my Lord. Oh, it's 4:20, guys. It's 4:20. Here, let me get oh, where's my little pipe? It is 4:20. Hit it if you got it. I'm so unprepared. It just snuck up on me. Oh, okay. All right. You've not learned to spell the VP's name, right? So I'm using my daughter's favorite pipe. It was my dad's. It's kind of like she calls it like the Sherlock Holmes style pipe. It's really cool. Dad used to be a pipe tobacco smoker. Oh, let me restart that. All right. So cheers, everyone. 4:22, close enough. Yeah, family heirloom. That's tastes nice. Yes, you can. Yeah, I put, there's actually weed in the bottom, and I put some hash on top there. I couldn't find my little pipe. but this one works just fine. Get a t-shirt that says the Most High. Yeah, very, very fancy, eh? It's got a nice chipped finish on it. Glossy. Chili with rice. Nice. No, I don't. I buy it from local legal distributors. A friend of mine picks it up for me. He's good at picking strains out of the local legal distributor. So he grabs them for me, brings them over. Good hash. Recently carved one. It was from a stick in my backyard. Nice. Turned out nicely. Yeah, we just put on the crock pot today, Pamela Jean. Not legal here, except for the mail. Yeah, it's fine by the mail. Hey, Dee, good to see you. Here's a link if you want to pop in. We're just making some grounding devices and such. Talking and all that. So there we go. Oh, I did a lot of hours yesterday. I did like 5 or 6 hours of streaming yesterday. I guess they didn't send you a notification. That happens quite a lot. So there it is, you know. Yeah, class was last night. So we're going to make a bracelet with a grounded battery on it. Oh, there you are. Hi, Dee.
Hi. It's even worse than that. It's I couldn't find you. I went on your channel and could not find you.
Well, when you go to my channel page, click on the live streams.
I-
And that should be there. Does color of rune matter? I don't know what you mean there, Trey.
Okay, now I've closed Thanks,
Pamela.
hello there.
YouTube.
So yeah, I couldn't find you even at that. I know how to do that, but it wasn't showing me any of your lives. So none of your live stream was going on at all.
That's
So-
weird. It does happen though. They just don't notify people.
And that was all week. That was all weekend.
Wow.
Okay, there you go. Now I look a little bit more presentable. Anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know you have to click on the live to get to the one I'm actually currently doing. Some people get it to show up right on their homepage, and I don't know how they do that. But it doesn't do that for
I'm
me.
not sure either, but we have. I had a heck of a time finding anybody for a while. I think something was going on. I think dear old YouTube just was having a hissy fit with me or something.
Well, I think they're trying to lock down on everything. They were trying to claim all the video from the Trump rally as government property, eh?
Oh,
Did you know
great.
that? They were trying to get everybody's cell phones and get all their videos and
They were
claim that
trying
as
to
their
make
own.
sure that we had no real info at all.
Absolutely. And they didn't put out anything in the press really about it, not much. And what they did put out was one story one time and then a new story the next time, you know? So they really,
Yeah.
really tried to suppress this completely. Didn't work because the video's already out there. People have been watching it. I've been showing
The
these.
videos are out there, many videos about it. Yes. And people have been taking excerpts from it and have been making all kinds of things out of it. It's the genie's out of the bottle. They might as well forget it. It's already
Yep.
out there.
Here, watch. Have you seen this?
I don't really know how to explain this, but the Trump assassination and then Trump's iconic reaction of saying fight, fight, fight has gone so viral that little children in Uganda are recreating it, and it's incredible. Watch.
I want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh my goodness.
That is the best.
Oh boy. Now little kids are playing assassination and shooter instead of
Yes.
cowboys and Indians. Well, there you go. There's
Yeah.
not assassination and presidents. Or something like that. Presidents and shooters. There you go. There's a new game. Presidents and shooters.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
And you get
should
to
be
say
playing
fight,
stuff like
fight,
that.
fight, and throw your arm up in the air, and it's good fun.
Realism. I mean, realism,
Yeah.
definitely.
They did
We
a
need to
great
learn.
job at that.
Yeah, they did a great job. I'm sorry, I missed you all weekend. I was kind of lonely and I was looking for you, and they showed me I was hitting live and they weren't showing me you were live. And I am really annoyed. And I have been having a lot of trouble with my phone. So I think I'm being messed with. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think they're on high alert right now, and they're really trying to tamp down on things. Sharing. Here, watch this. This is hilarious.
that correctly?
I don't know because I don't have the art.
Come on. There we go.
So there's some buzz circulating around the internet that the Trump assassination was an inside job, and they're saying this video proves it. Look at this. Now this guy right here is a Secret Service agent, I imagine. He looks the part. He is coming over, and it looks like he's getting out of where a shot's about to come from. And he tells these people, hey, you might move over this way.
You know, that's a little bit old.
And he's staying kind of crouched down, like he's expecting a shot to happen.
Take a look at what happened.
Oh, then a shot happens, and he didn't run to protect the president. He stayed ducked down. And I thought he's supposed to run and protect the president. But
oh
this
God,
guy is
One more
crouched
time for
down.
you guys at home.
Right
We'll
there.
play it.
embarrassing.
Isn't that
Very
embarrassing?
embarrassing.
It's like he knew it was
Give it
coming.
one more go.
So there's some buzz
Yeah, you can
circulating
see-
around the internet.
that's
that
exactly
Trump
as he described
assassination
it.
was an inside job. They're saying this video proves it. Look at this.
Probably 20 million people.
Now this guy right here is a Secret Service agent, I imagine. He looks the part. He is coming over, and it looks like he's getting out of where a shot's about to come from. And he tells these people, hey, you might move over this way.
You know, that's a little bit old.
And he's staying kind of crouched down, like he's expecting a shot to happen.
Take a look at what happened.
Oh, then a shot happens, and he didn't run to protect the president. He stayed ducked down.
Yeah. So the information, the story's getting out. They really botched this one badly.
Yeah, this one they're not going to live down. They are not going to be able to live this one down because I think everybody really saw now, because people just took it and ran with it. We're in an age where everybody's got a camera, my friend. And
Yeah.
that means that you are not going to be able to hide like you used to. You're not going to be able to lie like you used to. Somebody's
given
going to have the
much
goods on you.
Yeah. It allowed us too much technology and communication. The only way they can fix that is to shut us off completely. But that would be a complete revolt. And that wouldn't work
Mhm.
because they're reliant on it. Almost every system now is reliant on it. So they kind of screwed themselves.
They really painted themselves into a corner with this one, though. I mean, so much so that after that, there was not even a ghost of a chance that Joe was ever going to, he became popular. I mean, Trump became so popular, cooler than Ray-Bans, right?
Mhm.
And everybody in the world saw that, he was a strong leader, and Biden was a weak one. And there is nobody that can deny. There's nobody that can deny this anymore. That something is wrong with our Secret Service and our government, or this never would have happened.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh, there's all kinds of theories flying around, unbelievable. The amount of possibilities. We went over all of them yesterday. Well, most of them, I guess. I can't say all of them, but even down to the 3 snipers underneath the sniper in the building could have done all the shooting. We could have given him entirely just blanks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
See,
and
I
that's
don't
interesting about
believe.
the sound analysis, because at one of the shots, there was a guy, the one gentleman that was shot and died. At the same time he got hit with a bullet, the railing also got hit with a bullet at the exact same time.
Mm-hmm.
So more than one bullet, more than one shooter.
Had to be.
Yeah.
Not only that, but there's a hydraulic piece of equipment that got hit and was leaking hydraulic fluid all over the place. Even back behind there. So come on now.
What
And
did they?
you're,
Go ahead.
the shooter they would not accept him in his shooting club at school. And you mean to tell me he got off a precise shot like that? That's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's just so many holes. It's a leaky sieve. They can't hide that.
RJ is saying that they did a sound analysis, some intriguing results from that, like probably double bullets and things like that, I bet. Tell us what results they gave, RJ. Not giving my life to anyone. Yeah, Trump, if Trump does or is going to be the president that he's claiming to be, everybody's falling on the Trump train, right? Even though we pretty much know
Everybody, yeah.
This could go as far as Trump allowed it to happen himself or set it up himself. You see the money coming in, $45 million a month from Elon Musk, all the donations.
Are you serious that he would set this up?
Possibly. Think about it.
No, I don't. I'm
you have to
sorry.
I'm thinking of all the possibilities.
I'd
right?
have to also believe that, unicorns are flying out of my butt, too.
Okay. Well, when he got
maybe
shot,
they
when he
are.
got
I don't
shot,
know. You look for me and tell me, but
all right. Well, when he got shot, you can sit there and disagree. But the possibility is there that when he got shot, you look at his hair. If he got shot through the ear, there should have been a spatter mark on his hair. There was nothing. When he bent down, he could have used a razor to clip his ear.
He didn't get shot through his hair. He got shot through his ear.
I said ear, but there would have been splatter marks on his hair from being shot. There were not. He also apparently put something down on the podium right after he was shot. There are other inconsistencies that go on and on.
Well,
but limiting yourself to saying it is real, or don't limit yourself in your thinking. Open up the
Well, I
possibility.
have already thought of that, though. There are too many other things.
Well, there is a
Are
lot.
you saying, if you're saying that he set this up, he
Well,
didn't
it could have been a
need
case as well of
John,
he saw
why?
it. It
Why?
could have been. If you're just going to interrupt me every time I try to speak, I'm going to mute you. There is the possibility that he saw it coming, right, and planned for it to take it as a dive for his for money, pretty much.
He didn't know that. We don't. Well, we don't know that he knew
don't
that
know?
Leon was going to give him. We don't
We don't know
know.
what he knew.
But
I'm just thinking of all the possibilities.
But he
Just disagreeing
already.
with the possibility does us no good.
Okay, can I tell you what I think about that? Is that okay? My question, the reason I'm asking why, is because he already was going to win. Okay?
Yeah, there's an other interesting factor too, is investment money. Soros and others invested in down stocks on
Yeah.
True. So he could have watched that and known that that was coming.
Well,
They
yeah.
invested 12
Now,
million shares.
I could go with
So
that maybe he
they
knew
were-
something
They
was
were
up.
planning to take him down, and he saw that many down shares going into his stock because he watches his stocks. He would know that something's up.
I'm not sure why he would
Oh, I'm
set
sure.
anything up, though, I'm not sure why he would have set it up, though.
Well, to let them get caught doing it. We're also up to the
That's
possibility
pretty darn-
of. We're also up to the possibility of 5-6 shooters. There was
Oh,
word
there's
of a
more than
person
one.
in the water tower, a person in the woods. There's 3 shooters that were in the building, 3 snipers from the government that were in the building.
Yep.
Underneath the sniper, they could have taken the shots.
Yep.
Sniper on top of the building.
There was a guy there. I did see one where the guy that was supposed to be a sniper protecting him when they were carting him into the limo, the guy gets a call, takes it,
Hmm?
points his gun at the president's head.
Yes, I saw that. I saw
And
that.
I'm like, wait a
Oh
minute.
my god! Yeah, so
Okay.
many weird things in this whole
Oh, y-
thing.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Remember
that, unless he has such balls of steel, I don't know, I mean, that would be a
yeah,
very,
you
very,
don't point a gun at anybody. That's pretty much your first part of your training. Is don't point that barrel at anybody.
yeah. I'm like, and then it was like, and then he moved it like, oh, he got different orders or something. I'm like, what? What was going on really there? And then they kill the guy. Dead men tell no tales, right?
Yeah,
And then they give you the same routine that they give for every shooter, which is he's a loner, he was bullied, and then they show you a picture of a soy boy. And
fucking calm, especially the guy who gets hit. Yeah, and then there
And
was the
he's
girl
the
in the background that dropped her sign and picked up her phone to film it.
right. Well, they found out that was actually somebody else's sign. But
Something weird.
while she
Yeah.
was behind that sign, she pulled out her phone and very calmly,
Yeah,
very calmly sat there and said, hey, I will get a wonderful shot. This will make me so popular on social media. Except we didn't see that footage anywhere. So if she was just a social media person, if she was just doing that to get popular on social media for clicks, then why aren't we seeing that footage? Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh.
There's going to
And
be more footage come out too, I'm sure, which is going to be exciting and fun.
yeah, and then there's the guy that got shot behind the president. That
Yeah.
got shot at the angle there. That wasn't fake. That was
No.
absolutely real.
Seemed to be
Um,
real, yeah.
That
Unless
sure
he's a
was
crisis
real.
actor. let's put up
Is-
the possibility of a crisis actor, you know?
Well, that's true. There is a chance that there
You know,
are a
there's
couple of
squibs.
crisis actors, but then there's
Squibs.
that hydraulic unit that got hit too. I
Yeah,
guess.
where are all
That
these
could-
bullets? That, you know, have they done the trajectory on all of these bullets? There was like 7 or 9 of them. You know, it wasn't just one shot, you know?
There was something going on. There was way more going on there.
Yeah, I agree,
I
RJ.
pretty
Body
much,
language.
to me, that is just too hard to believe. But I mean, that Trump would arrange
whether I
something like
believe it or
this is
not,
too
it's
hard to believe.
possible.
I don't believe that he is crazy. Okay, I don't believe that part. He is not insane.
Well,
And
if he put blanks in the shooter's bullet, in the shooter's gun, right, and fake the ear like they do in the WWE, he had training
well, then,
there,
okay,
right?
how do
He's
you
put
explain
blanks, and then you have the shooters inside the building take a couple pot shots at the crowd.
how?
Yeah, you don't even have to. Everybody could almost have blanks.
We've got
but
a picture
there
of the
is
bullet,
video
John.
evidence. Yeah, there is video
We got a
evidence.
picture of the bullet whizzing
They
past.
can edit
him.
real time. They have the capability of editing stuff real time now. They could have edited time.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That,
I know.
to me,
But
that
I don't
does
know
not
either.
seem. I
don't
cannot
know
tell
either.
you that, but I can also tell you this. And another reason I do not believe in that theory is because before it happened, many psychics saw the shooting.
Now that could
And-
be foreshadowing or predictive programming as well. I don't necessarily believe any particular
But
theory.
I'm
not
one
promoting
of them,
any.
John. I'm one of
I'm
them,
not
okay?
promoting it. Yeah.
And I saw exactly
Well, that doesn't
what.
mean that it was the intention. Did you get the intention of
Yeah.
the shooting? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
they did want to kill him. That could still be
They
absolutely
wanted
real.
to kill him.
That could still be
They wanted
absolutely real.
to kill him.
And probably is. Because the deep state doesn't like him.
Look, I've been right about just about everything so far. And I'm telling you, there's even deeper than we know. There's even deeper than people are saying right now. There's something going on that's way behind this. Like maybe we're talking WEF or WHO or something. We're talking.
Well, when we did a remote view of the shooting, and we got a lot of spiritual references to Molech.
Mhm.
Hillary
I
is
think-
very fond of.
Yeah.
So
It
No.
goes way beyond even what
there
people are
was even
thinking.
some timing with the stars. Orion was one of the mentions. So pre-planned, I would say for sure.
Actually, as far as I know, I'm the only one that got it as accurate as I did, because what I saw was originally people were seeing that he was going to get shot instead in the shoulder, not in the head. It was going to end up in his shoulder. And I will just tell you the story is that I said, can we avoid this happening? Because this is going to be a terrible thing. And my guide said, no, it's got to happen. I said, okay, well, I don't trust the medical crew, and I don't trust, if he is down, I do not trust the people around him. Can we see that he's still alive? Because otherwise something could happen between the platform and, when we hear about it, they could be faking that something could happen. And I'm not trusting that. I said, in order to trust, and then there'll be endless speculation. Can we see that he's still alive? Can we get it to where it's just a graze? And they said, yeah. And then they showed me exactly the picture that I saw. When it happened, when I heard it happen, I look and I said, that's exactly what I saw. So to me, okay, yes, okay, you cannot prove, maybe you can't prove it to yourself. To me, it had to happen. It had to happen so he didn't die. It had to happen to expose things. I can agree with that. But what I saw was exactly what happened. So, and from my point of view, I am not getting that he did that himself. So you can take it or leave it. It's up to you. But I'm
not
usually right about
deciding
these
on
things.
anything. I'm just pointing out possibilities.
I will also tell you there's something wrong with Vance.
Oh, God.
I don't
Apparently, we're
know.
supposed to look back into his history in college. I haven't done a dive into that yet, but apparently there's something to look back, look at back there.
I'm getting the willies from Vance. Now, I'm from Ohio. I'll tell you right now, Ohio is jacked up, okay? Ohio is jacked up. The politics are jacked up. It's a very blue state, unfortunately. So anybody coming from Ohio is suspicious just from jumping. I've said that many times. Please be careful of anybody you meet from Ohio. That is of any power, that is powerful, because they're probably got something in their background. But this guy looks like one of my cousins.
Okay. Another interesting thing about the shooter is there was a video come out after the shooting saying, "You got the wrong guy. It wasn't me."
Oh,
what
yeah.
if Trump hired his own guy?
That guy was obviously not the guy.
No, I don't.
And that
think
was obviously a Me Too to me. That was a Me Too. Oh, you got the wrong guy. Like, I'm so cool because my left-leaning friends are going to think I'm so cool now. You know?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
We'll see. I think it's going to be weirder, far weirder. The truth is far weirder.
Coming out, the weirder it's going to get. That's what I'm waiting for.
It's more and more and more surreal. I wake up every day and it just gets more surreal. But I will tell you that 2 weeks before this shooting, at least 2 weeks before, I was seeing all kinds of memes because I think after the debate, people were really worried about him. They were all getting the same vibe, like, uh-oh, they think they can't win. They're going to try and kill him now.
Oh, yeah,
And
everybody was projecting that.
we were getting memes where people were putting out with Jesus standing behind him, angels standing around him. Everybody was praying for him. I really have a tendency to feel that it's divine intervention and that we had something to do with it. I really feel that it had, but it also had to happen. But I'm also feeling that it's not Trump we have to worry about, it's Vance. And maybe that'll get me in trouble. I hope that doesn't get me on any list. Because I am here in Ohio.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this Vance guy, except he's a businessman.
I look in their eyes,
yeah.
and then I see things. And I saw that Biden was a puppet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did Biden.
And I saw that when I looked in Trump's eyes, I saw people, lots of people, the American people, standing there with a flag. That's what I saw when he was campaigning. When I looked at Biden, I saw a puppet with a claw up its backside, right?
Yeah.
When I look at Vance, there is this far away thing that makes me cringe and want to look away, and I don't know what it is. Whether he just looks too much like somebody I might be related to, or because he does look like he could be one of my cousins, and I'm sorry, but that's not a glowing.
We've only had 2 positive responses on people we've remote viewed, and that was Trump and Musk. Still don't trust either of them, but I'm hopeful in some ways.
Musk. It's kind of weird that he wasn't going to give money to either one of them until Trump got shot, and now all of a sudden he's giving money to Trump. But
yeah, everybody's on the Trump train. There's no
that
stopping
is
it.
weird, I will admit, but maybe not. Maybe he's hedging his bets. Maybe he's saying, "Hey, if any of these other idiots win, then the country's going to go to hell. I'm not going to be able to do business." He's moving out of California. He's moving to Texas. He's moving his stuff to Texas. So I think he's just had enough of, the left-wing nut stuff.
Yeah.
It's not good business to deal with them.
Yeah. Well, we're familiar with this type of thing here in Canada. We have the Conservative Party that we get in every once in a while because they tell us all the right things we want to hear. And then when they get into power, nothing happens. Remember
course.
lock her up? We were going to lock her up.
Totally
No.
believe that you guys have got it, in some cases even worse right now, because you've already got the Soylent Green suicide chambers, right?
Yep.
And do you know that there are people that I know that when I mentioned that, they didn't even know that existed, and they're shocked. When I mentioned it to my Polish helper, she's like,
Mhm.
"No, that's not true." I said, "Yes, it is. Those exist." She goes, No, how could that be?" It's like, well, that's what they're China up there. This is what happens when you got somebody like Castro Jr. in charge, right? And that can happen. Yeah. So, and he's not even really in charge. We know there are people behind all these people. They're looking good, That's, I don't know. That there's something else behind it. And did we see, okay, if you guys were remote viewing this, and I'm really upset that I couldn't find you. Did you see any, like, for instance, maybe ET involvement in any of it?
With who? With Trump?
With any of it, actually. Well, if you were looking at the shooting, I doubt that there was ET involvement, but I don't know. I once again,
that
bear
wasn't
with
the
me.
focus, really. So,
I was, okay, so you weren't really looking at anything else. But yeah, I was saying if maybe that's way behind the shooters,
Mhm.
Like, is that what's way behind there? Because I keep getting this feeling like there's something way back in the back that we're not even seeing.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's something that we are not. It isn't even out there. I mean, some people are just like, "Oh, yes, it's our own, alphabet," but there's more.
Wu
So
Rider says there was a UFO in the sky and 2 drones.
Interesting.
It probably would be an event they'd want to come see,
Yeah. Yeah, if they got wind that something like that was going to happen.
Or they
And
could
obviously.
watch every event possibly too. We've seen those Dragon devices, those football-sized devices. They're everywhere. There's probably millions of them all over the planet. Don't see any reason why they wouldn't send a drone to come and watch that,
Yeah, absolutely. I would think that would be, oh, yeah, we got this historical footage going. We really got a good view, too.
Hey, everybody watch this. We got a whole bunch of guns around this guy, and they're all aimed right at him. It's funny.
Yeah, I know. Now, see, that's another thing I thought, too, though, is what you said, is that it could even be the people inside the building.
Yeah.
They could have been stationed inside the building to draw attention away from the fact that it was them.
Well, what good do they do in a building? Really?
Yeah. What good are they there? Exactly.
They have a limited amount of view,
Mhm. Yeah.
It's not good. Not really a good place to put them.
And then, of course, the excuse is,
and 3 of them. Like, come on.
her excuse about putting them on a pitched roof was like the other guys were on a pitched roof. What the hell?
Yeah, that was a 5-degree pitch. The other one was like a 30-degree pitch. Like, come on.
Yeah, it tell us another one. And then, I mean, there's just so many inconsistencies. And then they ask her about it, and she goes on about diversity hiring.
Yeah, that's really.
And I'm like, no, I think, no, I do want to make it very clear that I feel like it's fine for women to be in that profession if they are 6'4" and full of muscles.
Yeah, if they can actually feasibly protect the person they're
Right. And a good shot and know how to use their weapon and don't miss their holster when they're trying to holster their weapon.
and actually
Yeah.
stand in front of the president protecting him.
And
would be-
actually stand and protect him. Yeah.
even if you have to stand on a stool, I guess.
Yeah. I know that little pudgy woman who actually ducked behind the president using him as a shield.
Oh man. Hi,
Uh,
Mary.
One of the most embarrassing things I have ever seen in my life, okay, is that charade right there. And I'm sorry, but I don't think that they were acting. I think they really were that clueless, okay, and inept.
Probably. There must have been those on the know and those not in the know, right?
Yeah,
So
I think
don't
they
know,
were that.
the crowd behind Trump really freaks a lot of people out because of their reactions not being quite right. And let me show you
Right.
something about that people have really pointed out. I got to open up a new tab here. So Peter Thiel, this guy apparently is the one who mentored our Vance guy. He is a member of the Republican Party. He contributes to both Libertarian and Republican candidates and causes. Did something with PayPal. He's worked with Musk. They haven't seen eye to eye. So yeah, he would take some looking into.
He does take some looking into, and I'll tell you why else. It's because he's got an abusive background.
Oh,
He's got very deep core wounds. I'll tell you that right now. When I did look into his background, it is dark.
he's got a creep factor to him. I'm looking at his picture right now. I've never seen.
You get it too, the creepy feeling.
He definitely got a creep factor going to him.
There's a look in the eyes. I look at the eyes, man. Windows to the
Back.
soul.
Let's take a look at him. This is not a good. This is a problem here.
We need to look at him. We need to look into him, definitely. But I gotta warn you.
Take a look. Oh man, that's not good.
I gotta warn you about it, though. I had a dream last night, and I just gotta warn people. Please protect yourself. Look out for yourself. I had a dream last night where I was killed in my dream, which is not supposed to happen. And I died in my dream, but I wasn't myself. I was somebody else. Okay. But then when I was telling somebody about it, I got this pain in my third eye and it just wrapped around my right eye and into my eye. And actually, when I told my guides and my angels to get it out of there for me, they did. But, then the cat started going a little nuts. And he wasn't looking for his food and he wasn't looking in the room. He was looking at me and at something behind me. And I said, okay, whatever that is, get it away from me. And they did. And then he calmed down. But something was on me. And I don't blame you if you don't believe in that stuff and you don't believe me. The next thing I saw was the water in the automatic feeding dish. It started reacting like the cat was drinking water, but the cat was nowhere near that dish. And then afterwards it trembled like we were having an earthquake. Something was going on. I don't know what it is. You guys want to take a look at that? That would be nice too. We got a lot of things we could look at. But Vance, we definitely got to look at.
Peter Thiel is a swamp monster. Okay. Got that kind of feel from him there, beloved. Good to see you.
Be careful though, because as soon as after I looked at Vance and then into some of the other stuff, and I started sending violet light to the White House because that place needs cleaned out. That's when I had this very weird. I woke up at like 2 a.m, and then Gemini, who is a good friend of mine, she's also up at 2 a.m. feeling tremors. And we were both thinking we'd like to call each other, but we're probably asleep. Then the next day we find out we were awake at the same time, having issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, so something's going on, and I think, and then me not being able to find you all weekend. I'm like, somebody's messing probably with YouTube's probably fooling around again, but, or is it something else? My phone has been losing battery pretty fast after the last update. I think the updates are just a smoke screen for, yeah, we're screwing with you.
Off the Hook's
I
fish
don't
is freaking out too.
Really, the fish, yeah, the animals always freak out
Yeah.
when
When they
something's
mess
going
with
on.
Yeah. Yeah, how is it freaking out, Hook? That's not good. Poor fishy.
Yeah,
I have
the
felt an
cat was
increase
just-
in energy level, but it's not showing up on my meter, so it must be an augmentation or a change in what they're pumping out somehow. The wavelength or the axis. I'm not sure.
Mhm. So, if any of you guys out there, any of my beloved Ohan out there, aloha to you, and I could use some help. I'm going to be on later if I can be on later. I'm
Mhm.
going to be on. I could use a little bit of help because something is up, and I've got my walls up. I got my protection up, but I don't think I'm the only one on the list. Okay, I think I may just be
Yeah,
another one.
they may be working the list from lower to upper. Who knows?
Yeah, I
but-
mean, I got it. I can't be way up there, so it's like if
Yeah, I'm
if they're coming after me, they
I'm
could be
just a
coming
low
after
hanging
any of
fruit
us.
on the totem pole, so
Yeah, they could be coming
Maybe
after
they'll-
anybody.
they could stick AI on all of us. That would
Yeah, they
work.
could.
You wouldn't actually have to use many resources.
That's
Um,
true.
Yeah. Here's an interesting person that they pointed out in the crowd. I don't know why this man is so interesting to people. He's dressed way different than everybody else.
Oh
Kind of
yeah,
a geek.
very
This is
non-MAGA.
just when the shot came. Oops, wrong way. Let's see where we are here. So there we are. There's the reaction of the crowd is interesting to people, and I get why. Some of them react like, "Oh my God, I could be shot." There's a lady clapping.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess that was for Trump getting up, I guess, or something.
That might be for him. Yeah, that he's
Well, it's
alive.
weird reactions. People are weird. I get that. But there's the lady there, right there, or behind him right now, that was filming it, dropped her sign and started filming it. Now that, is the next generation. When they see a car crash, they don't try to help. They pull out
And
their
they start
phones
filming.
and film it. So, I can kind of get by that one too. But yeah, it is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know about that, but it is something people are pointing out. The
Well,
weird
there's
reaction.
still some blood flowing down his face. So if it wasn't
not
real,
there.
it would have
His
stopped.
hair's
So
still clear, right? There's no spatter mark. So maybe it just clipped the very, very edge of it or something. I've heard different reports that it went through his
Mhm.
ear. It just clipped his ear.
Yeah.
So we haven't even gotten
and
any.
it's getting
on that.
bloodier as they go. So it is
And-
actually bleeding, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And Trump is saying that he's not going to speak on it ever again.
Yeah, he said what he was going to say. Now look at this ineptitude right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Which direction do I? What do I go
Wait a
this
minute.
way?
Wait, what? I mean, honestly, and you put that on somebody as vulnerable as big a target as him. And the guy that's not dressed MAGA, the people, look at these two people over here not dressed MAGA at all.
Yeah,
And how they're reacting. Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
Isn't that interesting?
they should have had their hands over his head. They didn't even do that.
Yeah.
Until later on, after he got up and did his little photo op, fight, 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 you know.
They have the short person right in front of him. The short person is right there, giving them a very good shot.
Right?
That's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Ears do bleed. Yeah, ears do bleed a lot. Like if you on the theory that could be possible, he could have nicked it, or it could have been nicked with a bullet.
Could have
People are
been.
saying a blood pack, but I'm not really going for that one because
I
it does
don't
seem to
think so.
bleed. It does seem to bleed more as it goes on. So I'm not really for that one. The only other way to do it would be like with a blood pump, and that would take you'd have to have something like plastered onto his neck all the way up to his ear. That's a whole kind of pain in the ass. Just be easier to razor your ear or take the shot, you know.
Have you seen the diagrams of the bullet trajectories in
No.
relationship to his head?
No, not really. Oh yeah,
Then-
the turning of the head, yes. But they haven't shown us a full 3D rendering of the shots.
Yeah,
which
because
they
I'm
usually
thinking
they usually have those like what 24 hours after,
they didn't just miss him.
you know.
They didn't just miss him once. They missed him like 3 times. They missed killing him at least 3 times. Because I mean, there are one went by his ear, one went between. Now, according to this diagram, according to this thing that they did, tracing the trajectory, one went by his ear, and that made him put his hand up. One went between his hand and his ear. One, when he turned his head a little more, almost got his frontal lobe there, or him in the forehead, almost.
Yeah, they say if he just turned his head, if he hadn't just turned his head, that it would have gone through the back of his skull. So,
or it would have gone through the front of his skull, because when he turned, it was, if you look, it was only like maybe a quarter of an inch from his forehead when he turned. I'm like,
yeah,
this is amazing. And if he trusted anybody to take those shots,
he was a clown. I've had people say they could take that shot no problem. I don't know about that for sure. I'm not a marksman, so it's highly doubtful. I'd be more likely to think it was a blank, but and they CGI'd it in. It was a 22 bullet. I don't know.
I
Gotta
don't
watch.
know. They can
haven't
do
put it-
checks.
The FBI hasn't put out much of anything on it, really. And again, what they did put out, was changed later. They also claim that they identified the shooter by DNA. So where's that database that you have of everybody's DNA?
If he's never been arrested or
Nope.
anything else,
Nope,
then
never had it.
I'm not sure that's really.
So, how did
And
you identify
facial
by
recognition, when they blew his head away, how are they going to use facial recognition?
Oh, I heard the one redheaded guy said they blew his head off.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to recognize from that? Unless that actually didn't happen, and it just.
I think
I don't know. Like, we're told so many different stories, right?
I
thing
do
is,
believe myself, though. So I believe myself. I believe my guides, and you don't have to, but I do.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
No.
I agree.
Well, I like
you
your
don't have
idea.
to.
I like hearing what you have to say.
But for as far as I'm concerned, it's like that's now.
Scotty boy.
They could tell me later that there was some reason, there was some other reason or something else behind there.
For me now, it's just up in the air because it's all a big clown show at the moment. So I'm just enjoying
Oh, I
it.
know. I'm mostly eating popcorn, and
Yeah.
but really, it was a killer clown that was after me in my dream last night.
Oh no.
Actually, can I
Was
tell
it
you?
an obese robot clown spitting fire?
Can I tell you the dream? Is
Sure.
that okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Because this was weird, and I'm pretty sure in my dreams that I am some kind of undercover agent. That's what I'm doing when I'm asleep. I know that sounds really crazy too. But somehow I'm somebody else when I'm asleep. And because my dreams are always about these really weird situations where that aren't good,
Mhm.
but so many of my dreams are like that. So I am this person walking into this place that is a temporary place, and I'm feeling like it is not my home or anything. Um, More like a hotel room, an Airbnb, something like that. Maybe that's kind of feeling because it's not my home. But I'm walking in there, I'm looking at the place. I turn around, I see it has big picture windows, it has blinds, it has curtains. I better close those for privacy. We don't know who's out there. This is what's in my mind. Better lock the door. I go further, like across that now, right at the end of that room is another room. It's a room with a door, and it's a room, once again, with a picture window with curtains and blinds.
Okay.
And I go in that room and I'm like, what the heck? What is going on here? And I go in that room and there's nothing in there but a bed and a metal table next to the bed.
Mhm.
And I'm looking at this and I'm getting really sketched out by the whole setup. Why is there a window in front of a bed with curtains and just like the front window? And I'm getting strong, like, oh God, this is really creepy. And I head outside, and as I head outside to get something from my car, now there's something over my whole head. And I'm wondering if it was maybe a mask or something. When I talked about it with Jim and I, we thought, well, this could be some kind of a mask. I felt like there was something over my whole head. And so I go out and I get in my car. I'm looking for something in the car. I'm on my knees on the seat. And I see this crazy guy. He's in wife beater and, white shorts. I'm looking around. This place looks like trailer trash, trailer heaven, whatever. Uh, this guy has white clown face, red nose, clown hair, little hat on, and a great big hammer or silver hammer that he starts bashing on my car with. And I start screaming and dialing the police up, but then I realize I haven't locked the door behind me. And I'm like, oh shit. And he goes over to the door, he yanks the door open. The next thing I know is I'm screaming and everything goes dark. And I wake up, and when I recount this, it feels like I'm bruised all over my head and behind my eye and everything. And that's when I ask for help. I'm going, what the heck happened there? So I'm there like, okay, that didn't feel like your normal dream, okay? And you're not supposed to die in your dreams. So, although I have on repeated occasions, which makes me wonder if I'm actually not, I, I, I'm, I don't know what you'd call that kind of work, but it's like I'm there in somebody's body, but I'm not them.
Yeah, you could be living somebody else's death, maybe, or somebody else's life.
Yeah.
Hopping
And
in different bodies.
yeah, because it's a lot of times I'm there like right as they're dying or as they're going through something that could be deadly. I'm seeing all these scenarios and I'm like, this is exhausting. Really. I don't get very
You're
many
helping them
nice
along.
dreams.
You could be helping them along to the other side.
I'm thinking that too because I often do that anyway. I mean, that's one of the things that I seem to do. And I mean, some of my guides
You can
are,
place with them while they die, so they don't have to experience it, and they can have a clean
maybe.
path.
I was thinking of that because I do that. I have done a lot of crossing overs, but I'm always in these very, very weird scenarios. And sometimes I'm in third world places. Sometimes I'm,
Hmm.
sometimes I don't even know the language. I don't know, but it's not that easy. But I did ask to see what I was doing in my dreams. And doggone it, that is what I was doing in last night's dream. Because I said, "You guys, what am I doing?" Because I fall asleep at weird times. And then I know I've been out doing something, but I don't know what. And then, so yeah, that once again, I guess I had asked them a while back, I don't want to really see it. And
Yeah.
then I said, "So what am I doing?" It was just crossing my mind. Well, then they showed me. Oh, I see now why we said in the first place, don't show me.
Right, RJ. Yeah.
So
RJ, you're a light worker and an energy alchemist.
apparently,
Yeah.
wow. And it's so not fun at all.
Yeah, maybe you should ask not to see it.
Yeah, I did. I asked, "Okay, I gotcha. I don't need to see it anymore. Thank you. Thank you very much."
Yeah, that's a nice thing not to have to pass experiencing trauma. If somebody alive can process that for them, process that emotion for them without, transmuting it into non-existence pretty much,
Yeah.
for them. That's a nice thing to be doing.
Thank you for your thoughts, RJ. I would like to think that I must be doing something because I'm actually missing a lot of my life to do whatever it is I do. But it reminds me of the people who say who are channeling other beings, and then they say, "But the thing is that you miss a lot of your life because you're not there. You're not in your life. I'm asleep, doing something in my sleep for a lot of my life. I mean, there's times when I've spent 18 hours asleep. You know, it's
Yeah, that's a long time.
you don't get much done in your own
No.
life. And I understand and you know what? If I'm doing something that has to be done and it's going to help people, okay, I will. But I got to say, it ain't easy. So, but I appreciate that I can come here and actually have some people who might understand when I say this stuff because
Yeah.
it is whacked out, crazy sounding stuff.
A lot of people do energy work and spiritual fighting for the good in their dreams. I think many of us do it in different ways that we don't even know of.
Mhm.
Dreams
I'm
we don't
pretty
remember.
sure. I'm pretty sure that we mostly. Uh, oh, and somebody said we're all dead anyways. Well, there are some people who say we died back in 12.
Yeah.
I don't wear a lot of makeup. I just don't like it.
What is the fact that I'm going to die at some point change in my life? Not going to change anything I'm doing. So,
Thank you, RJ. That really helps me feel better that maybe somebody out there thinks I'm not just crazy. I'm just,
yeah,
maybe I'm really helping.
that would be bad, right? Yeah, I suppose dying in a traumatic way, that's, it's not good for you.
I suppose it would be very traumatic, and we're told that there are actually hospitals in the next realm that are kind of way stations
Hmm.
before you go on, where you
Yeah.
can heal up from dying in a very traumatic way. So,
This is hell or purgatory? Oh, well, some people view it that way. Some people view it as heaven. Heaven and hell, just states of mind, really.
Well, it's a vibration, it's a frequency. I mean, when our frequency is high,
Yeah.
everything's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a heaven. It is more like heaven. Yeah, I suppose if our frequency is very high, it is going to be heaven.
That's
Which
what I
is why I'm saying,
because we project that frequency out to other people, and their frequency goes up, and eventually, like everybody I interact with is all smiles and happy everywhere I go, because of exchanging that energy, that positive energy with everybody.
yeah, it's probably OD. Most of us here are batshit crazy. Scotty says, "Well, thank you, Scotty. It makes me feel so much better."
That helps, Scotty. Thank you.
But yeah, we're somewhere in between. We can be either. We can be in either. Come on, haven't
Yeah.
we all been in hell at some point here?
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And we've also been in heaven.
Yeah.
We even say so. So, yeah, I don't think heaven and hell are what people think it is at all.
No. But there's two popes now that have said their states of mind, Pope John Paul and the current pope.
Which is really amazing, isn't it? Because they
It
used to use that as a boogeyman
They did.
for so long. So I'm beginning to have actually some hope for that religion, although,
Yeah.
when you look back into their past, it's
Yeah. Well, a change in leadership might help.
yeah, change in leadership, absolutely.
The people under it are quite good, and on the most part, I would say 99% of them, so just like most people are good.
I think it's about to come back to, I think people are just about to I think we are going to want smaller governorship. I think we may see the time when states are saying, you know what, we just want to be our own governance, because as a matter of fact, there are some states that are already saying that. They're threatening to secede off and on.
Yep.
Texas is one.
And there's a prophecy that Trump will be the last president of the U.S., which, it doesn't have to mean that the U.S. has to be blown up or anything. It could mean that it just splits up.
Yeah, I did predict a time, because I used to get, I told this on my show, back in my days when I was doing, street corner musician thing, and sometimes I would go on a Wednesday, I would get kind of drunk and go watch a movie, and a little bit drunk because they had a margaritas, on sale. And I go watch a movie and then go home, and it was really nice. Or sometimes I would go out and play music on the street corner and get some money.
Mhm.
But then people would ask me things, and I would just know the answer. I would just know the answer when I was a little wasted. And some people would make a habit of just asking me, just going, coming up to me after they knew I had a couple of drinks and asking me things. And it turned out to be right.
Mhm.
It turned out to be true. One of the things I said was, I pretty much correctly predicted that we were going to have a black president before we had a woman president, because that was the pattern, I said, because black men got to vote before women did. I said, one of the things I did say is there will be a period when we don't have a president. But then it looks like later on down the road we do again.
Hmm.
And then I said about the woman president, I said it looks like after the black man, at some point after that, we have a woman, maybe. But it's not very clear. So is Kami really a president? No, I don't know. She's a vice president that's put thrust into that role.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun.
Oh my God. Yeah. Circle speak. Word salad,
And
Cammy.
that laugh. That laugh.
Jacqueline Cammy. Yeah.
Cackle. Oh my God.
Jacqueline Cammy. Yeah, and you know what? I can just see her dealing with other leaders, other world leaders, and them being just so confused that their heads explode, and then see she has done us a service after all.
I got on the bus and I rode the bus, and the bus went round and round. You know,
The wheels on the bus go round and round. Why? Because
Yeah.
because
because
wheels
buses
are
the
round.
bus of the
They're
people.
round.
People
And
are
they and they make a wonderful sound because round things,
yeah.
they go
She can
round.
rhyme, eh? Like Dr. Seuss. It's like she's making up Dr. Seuss books as she goes along.
It's like AI. It's like when you use the AI to hit the word count in a long essay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how you got to have so many word essay. And so you go into the AI and you're like, or you gotta have so many words. And so, and you're paraphrasing whole way. She paraphrases herself.
Yeah, maybe she's the first AI completely controlled human being. And AI
Maybe.
just doesn't know how to do it right, you know?
Yeah. And she keeps paraphrasing herself.
Yeah.
And that's all she says. She says one thing that doesn't mean anything, and then she just paraphrases it for the rest of the whole conversation.
Yeah. Explains it like she's talking to a 2-year-old. I'm explaining this word to you. This is this word. It's a very important word. This is what the word means.
Yeah, this is sponsored by
And
the
that's my
color
point.
yellow.
The word means that.
I love school buses, don't you?
Yeah, she uses ChatGPT.
Everybody loves it. Everybody. And you've got to come a little bit. You've got to kind of,
Yeah.
A
bit of a slur on her words too.
Yeah. There's the little one, there are these school buses, and I love them because their wheels go round. And
have you seen the lady that does an impression of her? There's quite there. I think there's probably,
yeah,
but there's
a
this one
few
lady
of
I
them.
watch. She's just got it bang on. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a few of them, and they've done pretty well, actually.
Right, Danny?
Scary. It's scary. And if you put yourself in that state of mind enough, you'd probably pass out.
Yeah, I think they just turn their brains off to do it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I just turn my brain off, pretend I'm a 5-year-old trying to explain a word to myself.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're in trouble. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Honestly. But if I thought that she was really running anything, I'd be worried.
Yeah, she's not really.
She's really not.
She can cause them some trouble with what she says, though. So,
gee, if I thought she really was running the country, then I would be worried. But now I'm just like, well.
we know the world's trundling towards whatever despotic that the deep state wants.
I'm so tired of that, though. I get to the point where it's redundant. It's mind-bogglingly redundant, and there are people who are still buying that these people are doing. Joe Biden wasn't running anything either. Come on.
No.
Oh, come on.
How are you, Tommy? Good to see you.
Sounds like a parable tree.
She's great at spending money.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, she's good at spending. They all are. So is Biden. But we were doing the thing on the names the other day. We were on my show. We were talking about how creepy the names were. Commie Law, Biden, or Biden your time. Trump, which is the card that stops the game. It ends the game in some games. The Trump card.
Yeah.
The last Trump sounding.
Camel toe.
But really, Commie Law fits her. Commie Law harass.
Commie law.
Or harass.
Communist law. That's good.
Harassing or harassing.
Yeah.
Because she is annoying as hell, right? And then we've got, and then Indie Groove came in and pointed out that Trump's father's name, when you look it up, it's Frederick Christ, but it looks like Christ. Christ is actually a name, actually from my father's country. There were a lot of people named Christ, spelled the same way as Christ, but his father was Frederick Christ. His mother's name was Mary. Ah, it is too funny. I'm thinking Frederick Christ, superstar. Anyway, yeah, she is a commie. Come on, commie
Yeah.
law. Yeah, commie law. Hair
Yeah,
ass,
he'd love to be a dictator.
hairy ass, or hair ass, or her
He wants
ass.
to be part of the power structure. Heels up Harris in charge.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm sorry, but these names are like a cheap. And then the woman who is the head of the security is her name is Cheat All,
Yeah, cheat all.
and the kid, his name is Crooks.
Yeah.
Who is writing this? And then who is trying
exactly.
Donald? We got
Exactly.
one woman who is Fanny Will Ass.
Yeah.
And then we got the other one who's Letitia, who they're calling Tishy. I'm like, okay, now who is writing this crap? I mean, and that is my argument for why we're in a.
It's a very bad script, you know.
It is.
And even okay with Trump, what was pointed out too is in the Bible in Revelation, the Antichrist gets a wound in the head and recovers.
Mhm. That's interesting, but then there's all kinds of other things about the Antichrist that doesn't fit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really come from the East. He doesn't really. There's a lot of things, but I think that already happened, because I really think that we're living through. We're
Many
already
people believe
living
Revelations
through.
happened about 100 years after Christ's death. in that
Yeah,
time.
I think Revelations already happened, and that was the church. That was
But
the rest of the.
A lot of people do
Church.
believe that they use it as a script for their story.
Yeah,
Not
that's
that
what I
it's
think.
itself, but that they use it. As
Yeah,
a
it isn't. Yeah. I can see that. They're using it, and because they know people are going to reference it, and they're going to go,
Well, yeah, you have
oh,
all kinds of theories and, all that. And
yeah.
they love their dates and their times and their alignments. They like to do things on specific dates and all that. So,
Yeah, Joe, coffee. That's another thing, Joe, coffee. And he needs it because he's always falling asleep. Sleepy Joe
Sleepy Joe needs a coffee.
needs Joe. Yeah, and he got coroned. Oh, my goodness. He got coroned, even though he's boosted up
long
to the
COVID.
sky.
He's going to get the long COVID.
Yeah, he'll get the long COVID. And you know what? It's been predicted. Everybody's been predicted. I predicted before he even got in office that they're going to take him out before
Oh,
he
yeah.
even.
Yeah, I said that when they put him up there, they're going to kill that.
Yeah, they're going to get rid of him. They're going to make sure that
get
at
rid of
some
him
point
sometime.
she's president, so they can have the first woman.
I really thought they might off him, but it still might happen. You never know. I think he's out of the way now, so they won't bother. I think if he fought much further, they might have had to take him out. So,
Obama supposedly died from a gunshot wound near the ear. What?
huh?
Oh, you mean Sagittarius with the crown under his feet? He isn't a Sagittarius, is he?
No,
Who's a
he's
Sagittarius?
I don't know Obama. Obama might be
Oh,
Sagittarius.
bummer.
Yeah, the old bummer.
Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius. Am I on the?
We don't know who we're going to get. So,
Am I on the list too? Because I'm a Sagittarius, or I'm an Ophiuchus if you go by 13 sign. But camel. Oh yeah, camel.
Trump's
A
a
camel
Gemini.
is another. A camel is another way of saying a beast of burden. But
British Empire, yeah, they have a lot to do with it. It's all the secret societies, starting from the Fabians. Those they exploded into the suffragettes and all the various movements that we see today. Started from the Fabian Society and others
Yeah.
like of the time.
My ass isn't hairy, just for the record. I am actually
I'll never tell.
oddly Asian. I'm an instant Asian somehow. I don't know how I ended up being instantly Asian. I'm still wondering. If my mom was alive, I'd be, Mom, is there something you need to tell me? But it might be because of the Cherokee. I don't know.
I'm keeping that information private. So
But yeah, there's certain things about me like, but what's kicked it off was actually earwax. I have
Mm.
Asian
Okay.
earwax.
lovely.
Somehow now there was something about somebody was talking about earwax and that there's different types is that well Asian, and it was like properly cleaning your ears or should only be professional, whatever. And it's like, well, Asian earwax is dry and flaky and blah 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 blah, and other is goopy and and I'm like, mine's always been dry and flaky. Oh,
I've never heard.
I'm Asian. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was Asian.
I wouldn't buy into that one. I think that's a person thing, but
Oh, and I don't have much hair on my body.
how
I don't
slimy
have
are
much
your
body hair.
ears?
And I love Asian food. Oh my God, I'm Asian.
You're
I'm Asian.
Asian.
I'm really Asian. I didn't know.
Are you good at math too? Is that
Yeah, that's the only thing is I'm not good at math. Maybe
are
I
you a
didn't
bad
quite
driver?
get the whole genetic
Are you a
structure.
good driver?
Look on. Yeah, oh yeah,
Let's go with
unfortunately
all
I am a good driver
stereotypes.
though.
No offense meant to Asians. These are just typical stereotypes they used to say.
If you have Danny,
But Asians
Danny,
having
my
dry
dear,
ear wax, that's a new one.
squirt breast milk into your ear and it will heal you from your infection. But you know what, Danny, I
Lovely.
can't read this
Oh,
without thinking of me trying to squirt breast milk.
Where are we going to get this from, Danny?
Where are we gonna get? How
Do
are we
you just
gonna
ask
get
random women on the
We're
street
just
with
gonna-
babies? Excuse me.
Oh, jeez. I am. I'm like, well, I mean, somebody came on my show and said, "What will you do for a donation?" And I'm like, how big of a donation here,
No,
first
yeah,
of all?
no, we're not doing that on my channel. So
And then I showed him how I could curl my tongue. I said, okay, this might make any of you lesbians out there faint, but
you got to get an OnlyFans for that.
yeah.
Get
But,
yourself an OnlyFans.
I'm like, what are you talking about? And then somebody said, lick your elbow. And I said, yeah, right. But that's ridiculous. But I believe you. I mean, I believe that would, because it contains a lot of beneficial things for the baby. So it would make make sentences better than what I just made there, and definitely better than Kamala.
I don't know. Maybe some soap and water might work. You never know.
Just squirt some tit juice in your eye.
Get some soap in there and some water. I don't know.
Gives in your ear a whole different meaning.
He's going to shower live and I guess give us an instructional video on proper shower techniques. I will not be present, you tell me.
Okay.
First time I met you, tell me he was in the shower.
And still, I got no darn.
He's
I got
probably
no
still in
darn
the shower.
tip. It's immunity builder, no vaccines. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, I can believe that because really, people should be breastfeeding their kids if at all possible. They should not be giving them this crappy formula. There is so much crap in formula that they should not be doing that to the kids. Squirt
Well,
milk
Danny's
into the eye.
got it covered. She just got to angle her head right. She can still get it
Okay,
into
look
her
out,
eye.
guys. You know how
Everybody line up at Danny's door. We'll all get our ears cleaned.
let's get our ears, eyes cleaned, everybody. Danny, are you offering that as a service?
Yeah,
You know, you can offer that as a healing service. I'm not trying to make fun of you, but it is funny. I'm sorry, but just the pictures, it's making pictures in my mind. I'm sorry. It's the way my mind is. When you say our chickens have bigger breasts, I think of Dolly Parton chickens or something, you know, or Pamela Anderson or something. But anyway,
we do believe you, Daddy. It's just kind of comical. We're having fun with it.
well, I totally believe that there's stuff in the breast milk that baby
yeah.
needs, and that is very beneficial, and that they're denying that baby their best chance at life.
Yeah, I got 0 breast milk apparently, so.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't get it either, and I'm kind of upset about that.
Mhm.
The baby was getting more blood than milk. He was a vampire. You were turning your baby into a vampire.
Yeah, if they're chewing too hard, yeah, they can get more blood than milk.
Well, actually, now supposedly the Amazon warrior women would put a little cut right by the nipple so that the baby would get a little blood in with the milk. It made them stronger, they felt.
Maybe. Good protein.
I don't know. Or maybe they were just getting used to drinking blood. I don't know what was going on with that, but that is an odd
RJ
practice.
can't.
Let's make some ice cream. You know what? Baskin and Robbins did actually make some ice cream, and I looked into that. They actually did that. They actually had, for a short time, they tried that as an advertising ploy, that they had a limited ice cream made with breast milk. They paid women by the pint for their breast milk.
Oh my God. Well, it could be good for you. Lots of good microbiome and other things in there. Yeah, how much microplastic is in it now?
James Ortiz, where in the hell did you get 55 gallons of breast milk? Was it from an elephant or something? I mean, what did you milk to get 55 gallons?
Well, maybe an elephant.
I mean, I've seen a couple porns, but that seems excessive.
A few dozen cows, you know.
Oh
Hooters
my
ice
God.
cream. Yeah.
How much microplastic is in breast milk these days?
Yeah, just like urine
Yeah,
therapy.
good question.
Cool.
Your husband rescuing you with a bottle of, oh, do we want to know? Maybe we don't. Mm-hmm. Hooter, oh, and you tell me Hooters ice cream. Urine therapy, yeah, that's another one. Urine therapy is another. They do that in other parts of the world. It's very common. They drink their own urine. Yeah.
People have. And he says, have cancer, get breast milk from lactating mothers because it's the only thing the body can handle.
RJ only wants free range breast milk women, free range women.
Yeah, I did a cleanse a while ago, Danny. I had one of those Morgellon strings come out of my nose.
Ooh.
Well, they don't like the environment anymore, I guess. So they come out.
Yeah.
I did that with sea salt, Epsom salts, baking soda, and borax in a bath. Hot bath for about 20 minutes. And at least the longer the better. And yeah, one of them popped right out of my nose.
And I can't. There is no way to take a bath down here. I only have a shower.
Mm.
I can't figure out how to take a bath here, and I
How deep is the shower?
It isn't at all. It's just got a little like rubber lip on one side.
Some of them will have kind of like a basin, and you can kind of plug up the drain and make kind of a bath.
No, can't. I've been trying to figure that one out because I really want to try that, and I bet you.
Sorry, Danny.
I know a tapeworm. Yeah, tapeworm. Yeah. I I have been eating a little bit of diatomaceous earth with my food
Mhm.
daily. So that's how I'm dealing with it. I'm hoping that helps. That should, supposedly, that does help. And if you're afraid that you got, well, then of course, and here we're going to be careful how we say this, but then nanobots are harmed by there is that stuff that burns the legs off. It's borax.
Yep, borax is good. You can get it
And you can get a
easily.
supplement.
Comes with
Although a
supplements.
lot
I
of
use,
people just,
use both. Yeah, you
a lot of
can
people,
take it straight from the box. Apparently, it's not harmful. I did it. I
but
took it straight from the box for about 4 months before I got pills. Now I just use it in a bath. But you can get what is it? The mule one, the mule train one. I forget. It's I
wait,
got it.
you can make a scrub with sage and diatomaceous earth, I think she means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, diatomaceous earth, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was trying to figure out.
No, I use about a cup of borax. A cup for a full cleanse.
Yeah.
I use 1 cup of each. Epsom salts, baking soda, and borax.
Yeah.
No, not the whole box, but I use about a cup of each.
Yeah,
use a
I
lot.
wish I had a tub. I would love to have a bathtub. Now I'm kind of sorry. At the time, I wanted a ground floor apartment because I
Mhm.
didn't want to depend on the elevator to get me down if there was anything going on.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I like being able to get outside quickly, and down here on the end here, I can get out pretty quick out of the building. But the ground
That's
floors
what
all
Mo told you.
have only showers. Mole semen will
See,
cure.
the mole told you. they're just trying
Well,
to get you to milk them.
yeah, I think probably the moles are all in cahoots about that. They're
Yeah.
like, hey, yeah, let's
This
tell
is
them
great
this.
stuff, man. We can get these humans to do it for us.
Yeah, only
It's good.
moles.
Danny agrees that mole semen is good. Okay.
A mole semen is good. I don't want to know how you know that.
I don't know. I don't want to know about that.
Get me a pacchini. What's a pack? Oh,
What
you
about,
mean like a
gopher
buckini?
semen? Is that a good substitute? Or
You heard kimchi kills everything. Okay, I got some kimchi in there. Okay, well then I'm gonna have to have some kimchi.
fermented is good for you, they say. Got a
Can
lot
you
of,
substitute gopher semen? You can. You can maybe
Mary, great
substitute.
your face. The gopher, is that the gopher semen or mole's milk? We got mole's milk now. Mole milk and gopher semen.
And how
yeah,
about beaver juice or something?
apparently that's a good substitute for vanilla.
Apparently, yeah, you
This
can
anal gland of beaver
yeah.
that they used to harvest
in their anal.
for
Yeah.
vanilla flavoring.
Can you imagine
that
being the
tasty?
first person to discover that? The first
Yeah.
person to notice that it tastes like it's like, how did that happen?
I
mean,
don't know.
And which
Humans are
one came
weird.
first?
Yeah,
You can take that whatever way you want.
You can get the badger milk there. You tell me. You go and milk them.
Yeah, you milk the badger. Hey, you
That
know what?
first, I'll watch.
You could get some clicks for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, film it.
There'd be a lot of
Definitely.
clicks. Oh yeah. Yeah, you could probably get some tips, some good tips. Yeah. Spectator in light blue could be a dupe spotter. A similar head of rump. What? Oh, I think he means Trump, but to a dupe spotter.
Could be a dupe spot.
I
don't know what that
don't
is.
know.
I know which guy you're talking about. The guy behind the guy with the funky hair and hat. But yeah.
Honey badger milk is
What
the
is dupe spot?
best. Oh, it's probably sweeter, but anyway.
Semen's all good for facial moisturizers.
Oh, brother.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
that's what they keep telling me.
Beaver juice cures erectile dysfunction. You guys know a bunch of strange
I've heard
things, or you're just making it up.
I bet it does. It's yeah. I'm trying to figure out how they get them all to cooperate now. Is that consensual or not consensual? Because
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
yeah, I don't know. Because they
Asians
are
are all
all
over.
minors. They don't live that long, so they'd all be minors. You could get in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, fetus moisturizer with all the stem cells, I guess, eh?
Yeah, fetus moisturizer, and that would be like placenta soup, which they did. They did that. That was a thing for a while, and maybe they still do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Placenta soup was supposed to give
Try
you all
anything,
kinds of
eh?
benefits. Do you know, and there are people who have been openly, in that case, really openly cannibalistic. Because that would be kind of cannibalistic, actually. I remember a story a long time ago about a a surgeon who, he did a lot of throat surgeries where he removed adenoids and tonsils and give them to his son so that he could eat them. His son had a thing for eating tonsils and adenoids when they were removed. But I'm like, and nobody thought that was at all odd. What? Nobody called him a cannibal? Can you imagine saying that today? I mean, well, yeah, he'd have a good OnlyFans page, but yeah. Ray Skelton clown with you, Jill, a handkerchief, screaming CIA. Oh. Red
Yeah, so
Skelton.
there's an analysis just sent to me of Trump's of the audio, and it's confirmed 2 shooters, they say.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, that lines up with the fireman getting shot and the railing being hit at the same time.
Oh my goodness. If you're a sniper, when you're a
Possibility of a
sniper.
weapon 100 feet farther away.
Wow.
Hi, Paula.
Spit is a natural cleanser. Well, okay. That's why mom spit on you. I mean, to clean the kid's face off, right? We all know that mom spit will dissolve anything.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Anything that's on your face will come off with mom spit. Women develop that as soon as they have babies. What? Cannibalism is allowed in every state in America except one, and I believe it's Idaho. I am not. Idaho, if anything. But Idaho? Okay, Idaho. The potato place. You know, This reminds me of one of those parties where you find out way more about everybody than you really meant to. Everybody's just a little drunk and a little high, and somebody starts it off, and then you find out just a little bit more than you ever
A little
really,
bit, yeah.
yeah, just a little bit more than you ever thought you would know about that person. And, you know, I was at a party one time, and somebody said, get really gets my goat. And one of the guys started saying, "Oh, well, the way you get a goat is that you put his head down in water, and then when he backs up, you got him."
Oh God!
And
Don't
everybody
forget to wear your
just
big
kind
rubber
of,
boots too. Slip those back feet into the rubber boots.
I'm like, what did you just say? And the whole party stopped talking. Everybody stopped. What? Did I just hear that? You know, everybody was, yeah. And then when it started talking again, nobody knew what they were saying before they heard
Well,
that, you know, but
We do have we have a 3D analysis of the shots. Let's
Cool.
take a look.
3D analysis. I want to see it.
Proof shots were fired from 4 different directions, or what was it? Different distances at Trump rally. Interesting.
Okay.
Great.
I believe it. And it's probably going to expand. Pretty
They
soon they're going to have like 12 different.
The alien
13,
shot at him
14,
too.
24.
And the reason
Just
why
the
is
aliens.
because the people who should be giving us answers are not. In fact, they're creating more questions and more gray areas than most of us would like to see. There are a lot of people taking a lot of really good information, a lot of facts, and combining them, researching them, and giving us pieces of answers. The reason why we're doing this is because the federal government, who is supposed to be doing this investigation, isn't doing this.
Yeah, I wonder
They're
why.
not doing their
not.
own job. In fact, they look down their nose at many of us who are doing this, including you guys who are asking mostly the same questions. They look down their nose thinking, we're the experts. You shouldn't be asking these questions. We're the experts. Let us handle this. Well, you know what? You're not handling this. So we're taking control of it. One of the first things I want to talk about is the video that I put out yesterday that got a lot of views. Many of you have emailed me and commented in the comment section down below. What about the shooter on the water tower? Now, I don't have information on the shooter supposedly on the water tower, right? Like I have nothing on that. What I did is I pulled the video that everybody is referencing, and I want to play that for you first.
Their live stream on their X account during this day. We've now zoomed in and added some text so you can see a figure moving on top of this water tower. So take a look at your screen here.
Chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Now you see that figure disappear.
Wait.
Now you see that figure reemerge. Okay. Now the figure reemerges. So interesting, right? Now we're going to zoom in. You can see this dark figure at the very top here as President Trump is speaking right before the shots are fired. And then this person right after, about 4 seconds after the shots are fired, steps out. You can listen to the ducks out of the view.
Okay, let me just say this. There's a lot of people out there that have come on to me, even though we're using math, to lay out a lot of the facts of this that, again, the government won't share with us. Most of our stuff is math-based, science-based. We're looking at triangulation. There's various things that we've incorporated to try to nail it down from a factual standpoint. When I look at this video of this water tower from a great distance with horrible resolution film, obviously, not only is it really, really, really far away, but there's a lot of heat that's distorting the picture. Now, where they say that there is a shooter who comes out from behind whatever that is at the top, I'm not familiar with water towers, but whenever they say that, And then they say, "Ooh, look, he ducked back behind there." And "Ooh, look, he came back out." If we're going to add any real value to this blurry blob that we can't make out, because you cannot tell what that is. It could be a cow up there for all we know. We don't know what that dark spot is. The fact that it is moving doesn't concern me, because if you look at the rest of that water tower, the entire surface is bubbling and moving. So if you're going to tell me that when you see a dark blob moving, that's a person, then what do you call the light colored blob that's moving that I know isn't moving? I know this water tower is not moving to the far left over there. Again, that's the low
Distortion.
resolution of the video. And of course, the heat heating things up and causing issues with the picture itself. So you can't have it both ways. Either the entire globe of that water tower is deforming right before our eyes and changing shape right before our eyes, and that might be a person moving around over there to the right that's dark, or that's just a heat signature and that's just a low resolution making everything warp, and we're not really sure what's on top of that water tower. So I'm certainly not sitting here telling you that that's a person on a water tower. I will get back to the water tower in a minute and very accurate points that nobody has seemed to bring up before, and that is an open window on the second floor. That's not likely to be protocol, if you ask me, to have an open window with a clear shot to the president, former president of the United States. I believe that window would have been shut under normal circumstances. This does not seem to be a normal circumstance, so I appreciate my guest yesterday certainly pointing that out. This next video clip that I show you is going to be somebody that has broken down the audio of these shots. And I want to point something out real quick. The video yesterday, we took audio that was on the side of the building where the shooter was. And of course, the phone was moving all over the place, especially whenever shots started being fired. The audio that we're using today is from the Fox News video that everybody has seen. And it's from a stationary camera right in front of Trump. So there's no movement. There's no redirection of any kind of way. So every single sound wave that comes into this microphone that you're going to see today is consistent as far as placement of where that microphone was. So there's no change of direction to give you a different sound, pitch, or whatever of any of these sounds. But this is going to spell out not just that the first 5 rounds were from the same distance. I'm not saying the same rifle. I'm not saying the same rifle. I'm saying the same distance, meaning that if Crooks were on top of that building further east on that building and just to the west of him out of that window with somebody else shooting, that is roughly that same distance, roughly between 400 and 450 feet. So keep that in mind. This guy is not saying this is the same gun that shot this. He's saying this is the same distance that the shots were fired from.
If you measure the distance or the time duration between these two events, like this right here, if you look at the time codes here and you carefully measure this, it comes out to 0.22 seconds. And 0.22 seconds, if you do the math on that, with some pretty good guesses about muzzle velocity, density, altitude, or air density, and humidity, and air temperature, and so on, then you can get a pretty good guess about the speed of sound. And then by doing some pretty basic algebra, you can calculate the distance from which this round arrived. And if you do the math on this with some pretty basic assumptions, let's see, that distance comes out to about somewhere between 400 and 450 feet, essentially, based on the numbers that you use. And that's consistent with the position of the known shooter, the identified shooter, Crooks, as he has been identified by media sources and so on. So if you hear the first 3 rounds, this is what it sounds like. And you'll notice then that the distance or the time difference between the snap and the crack is consistent among all these 3 rounds. It's exactly the same. It's 0.22 seconds. So if I play this, that's the same time gap as this. Okay? So we know that those first 3 rounds, which are indicated here, these first 3 rounds are fired from the same distance. And they sound like the same rifle. They have about the same sound quality and sound signature. My initial analysis focused on these first 3 because I was trying to identify what's the distance of the shooter, the shooter that got off the first rounds. And that question was definitely answered. But we're going to focus on these things right here. So listen to it at half speed.
In that, again, it's likely that these came from the same very much distance and likely the same caliber too, because they do have a very similar pitch.
Hi, Brian.
So we have that out of the way. Again, not saying it's one gun, could be 2. This next one is a little bit different. Now I want you to pay particular attention. Remember, the first grouping that he sees from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were 0.22 seconds apart between the crack and the report of the gun. Now, just real quick, like just so people understand what he's talking about here. When you're shooting a supersonic bullet that travels faster than the speed of sound, if you're on the other end, the bad end of being shot at, the bullet's traveling faster than the speed of sound. So you're actually going to have the crack of the speed of sound, of the bullet breaking that speed of sound as it gets to you or gets close to you. You'll hear that crack first of it breaking. Then that sound is traveling, because remember, the sound is traveling slower than the speed of the bullet. Then the sound of the report of the firearm gets to you. So you have the crack, and then you have the sound of the gun. That's the order that he's going to be explaining this. So just keep that in mind.
So you would expect that right here, this must be round number 6, is what you're probably thinking, right? So let's listen. Is this round number 6? Does this have snap boom? Let's listen. Whoa, that's not snap boom. That's snap snap. Wait a minute, what's going on? That's actually 2 incoming rounds. These are the 2 more incoming rounds that we just heard, 2 snaps. You notice how they're much closer together. So that is not, we haven't yet heard the report of the rifle, have we? We've heard 2 incoming rounds. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, we hear 2 reports. Got it? This snap, this boom. And this distance right here can tell us, this time gap can give us an estimate of the distance or of this shooter. And that snap and that report in this normal speed audio file, they're not 0.22 seconds apart. They're 0.36 seconds apart. Or that's almost twice the time gap between the snap and the report. So that means that the bullet that made this snap, which is the same bullet as the bullet that made this report, is much farther away than the first 3 rounds and round number 4 and number 5. Just ballpark, if we were just take a rough guess, if it's about twice the time distance, you might suppose it's a little bit less than twice the actual ground distance. So maybe that's 800 feet or give or take. We'll actually do the math and we'll get the right number on that, but it's not 400 feet.
That's the 6th round. So already he has pointed out a second distance, not a second gun. He's not talking about type of gun or anything like that. He's not telling you what the guy shot. He's telling you where they shot from, which is kind of what we want to know, right? I mean, we do want to know caliber and all that too. They're hiding all the spent casings and all that kind of stuff from us. But at least if we know the distances, this is not something that the government can hide from us. Now we're starting to realize that some of this stuff simply doesn't add up. If there was only one shooter, as the government mentions, and the only other person who pulled a trigger that day, according to the federal government, was the counter sniper team that fired 1 shot. And in this string of shooting that we're looking at now, he's not fired a shot yet. So his time hasn't come. This is all, everything we're looking at here is all supposed to be crooks. the one shooter, as the government calls him, has fired all of these shots up to now, right? So keep that in mind. So just to recap, we're at a point where the first 5 shots were approximately 400 to 450 feet away based on algebra, math, right? The 6th shot was 0.36 seconds between the break of the sound barrier and the crack of the gun, or the report of the gun. That's roughly 800 feet. There's no way that that 6th shot was fired on top of the same roof that Crooks was on. That roof is not big enough. He could have gone to the opposite end of it and not gotten 400 feet away. Now, why does that matter? And why did I not say emphatically that there wasn't anybody on that water tower? You know why? Because I pulled numbers on the water tower and how far it was from that microphone that we got that audio from right in front of Trump. Using Google Earth, which anybody out there can go do this themselves and pull these numbers up and get this exact same number yourself. That's the water tower over to the right. It's pointing directly at that yellow line, ends right in front of Trump. That distance is 245 meters, which comes out to 803 feet. Didn't we just get through saying that the distance of that 6th shot was 800 feet? And the water tower is 803 feet. Now, granted, the water tower is higher. This does not take into account that elevated area. So I don't know the additional feet going up that angle to the top of the water tower, but certainly from the base of the water tower to the microphone in front of Trump, it's 803 feet. My point is there could have been somebody at the water tower. I just can't confirm that black blob on top of it that's moving all over the place and deforming itself was an actual person. But I certainly am not sitting here telling you there was nobody on the water tower somewhere.
When will grocery stores finally clean up their act when it comes to plastics? Plastic packaging is the cause of.
What you're going to hear in this group is Bullet 7 arriving, the rifle report of the shot of number 6, and then the rifle report of the shot of Bullet 7. Listen to this. Here, what if we measure this distance then between the incoming snap of this round and the boom of this rifle? And I did go ahead and do the algebra on that one. And let me tell you the assumptions I made. I made the assumption of muzzle velocity at an average of 3,000 feet per second. And the reason I chose that instead of 2,500 feet per second is because, well, you know, I'm an accomplished long-range shooter. And if I were taking that shot, I would have used a much larger caliber, ideally something like 300 Win Mag. I would have used a small grain bullet in a 300 Win Mag cartridge, a bullet on the order of like 178 grains, something like that, which is a pretty small bullet for the large amount of gunpowder charge in the cartridge. And the reason that you would do that is to get much higher velocity, to give you a flatter trajectory, and also a lot less of flight time, which means your round is less susceptible to wind. And anyway, with that assumption at 3,000 feet per second, then that distance comes out to, if I did the math right, 1,386 feet, not yards, but feet. So let's just round that to 1,400 feet away.
So that's crazy. That's not the sniper shot yet, guys. This entire string of shots that we just talked about up to now still don't include the sniper shot. So now we have an additional shot in addition to the 2 places already. Remember, one's 400 feet away, one's 800 feet away. Now we're 1,400 feet away with another shot that's not the counter sniper team. That raises a lot of questions for me, because that's a tremendous distance away from everything else that we've been looking at up to now. Heck, the water tower was far away, if you ask me, as far as the proximity of where these shots are likely to have come from. Now we're talking about 1,400 feet away. So I went to the fairground again on Google Earth, and what I want to do is plot the possibilities on this piece of property where that could have come. Now you see, again, that's my first mark right there. If you go to Google Earth, they're really good about how you can get approximations and really close on what your distances are that you can plot onto the actual map itself. what I started to do, and this is kind of a funny story, I'm going to tell you as a side note real quick. What I did was the red circle is plotted out 1,400 feet all the way around. So the farthest line that you see is 1,400. There's a shorter line right next to each one of those. That is going to be 1,200 because I'm giving some room for error for this long shot. I'm trying to determine where this long shot came from. So I'm assuming it could have been a lower caliber rifle. So I'm taking into account a little bit of room for error. Now, as I put this together, this is kind of funny and kind of weird. Never had this happen to me on Google Earth before. As I'm putting it together, I go to take a screenshot of it and look down the bottom, graphics rendering, context lost. So I go back and all my illustrations are gone. So I redid it again. I just wanted to mention that real quick. Kind of strange that happened. So when I do this, if you notice the yellow line is 1,400 feet out, the blue line is 1,200 feet out. So I figure between the blue circle and the yellow circle is roughly where that shot came from. Because in the center there is that microphone right in front of Trump's stage. So inside that circle, or at least very close to it, is where that additional shot came from.
Are you considering going solar in Ontario? I put panels on my place with a 0% interest, 10 years.
Now, there's a lot of places out here that shot could have come from, but what I wanted to show you is there's also a lot of things that would get in the way of line of sight to be able to shoot. So take a little trip with me here, and we're going to look pretty much at the entire area. Of course, I don't have the circle on here, but you can spot some approximations on there. There's trees in the way, so that really takes out some of these shots. There's a lot of these shots that just don't have a chance because there's not a clear line of sight. We're also looking for elevated surfaces. We also need to keep in mind that whoever shot this shot, they either were shooting at Trump or they were shooting at Crooks, right? So we also have to keep in mind, like in this look that you're looking at right here, they couldn't have hit either one of them because they're behind Trump, behind the buildings, and they were also on the wrong side of that slope to be able to shoot Crooks. So we can automatically discredit a lot of these things right off the bat. And I'm actually making the assumption that this could have been a shot that took Crooks out. That last sniper shot that they say was fired, it's possible that that shot may not have been the one that ended Crooks. This other shot that's in a really great distance away, of course you would want to be hidden if you're doing cases distant to the backside of that warehouse where Crooks was on. Again, he was on that downside slope on this side of it. The picture that you're looking at right here, Trump is going to be up north from us where those lines go to. You see the water tower there. This is one of the only, and if you want to call it a line of sight, this barn right here in front of you. I see this barn and I'm like, well, maybe that's an elevated surface, even though it's an unsafe elevated surface as far as being on the back side of that building because the rest of the building blocks it. So what I did is I went and I plotted some additional lines on this map. You'll see these red lines. These red lines are lines to Crooks. Okay, go to that sixth or so shot. There wasn't another shot that went towards Trump. The fifth or sixth shot was the last one that impacted anything nearby Trump. So we have to assume that those other rounds went somewhere else. Where would they likely be? Again, only two people were being shot at this day, Trump and Crooks. So let's assume those shots were going at Crooks. That's where I drew these red lines. I drew essentially so you could see where the shot likely would come from a rifle effectiveness. Anything further than that would have been blocked by almost everything out there. Abilities here. This shot right here from this barn would have shot across the entire and right in front of Trump. As I circle around, there's not much more of this that either had a clear line of sight. You see trees in the way. You see a number of things in the way, like buildings, whichever. So if somebody was shooting a gun from 1,400 feet away at Crooks, that's what the red line designates. And you see a lot of stuff in the way, a lot of stuff, not clear lines of sight towards Crooks, except when I look across the street from where the Trump rally was. That's the building that Crooks was on. And look at the red line right in front of us coming towards us. We're backing up here to a building across the highway from where Crooks was. You see the side of one tree in the way. I'm not saying this is where somebody was shooting from. I'm telling you that this is an elevated surface with a clear line of sight straight across that field, no body distance required for it to have met that microphone in the right amount of time to equate to 1400 feet from that microphone. So this fits into the distance that a round could have been effective to take Crooks out and meets the mathematical distance necessary for the microphone audio to give us this distance. Am I saying that's where a round came from? I'm not. What I'm telling you is somebody shot around one round from 1,400 feet away from the microphone sitting right in front of Donald Trump. And that round did not go into the crowd. That round went somewhere else. And I got to repeat, only 2 people were being shot at that day, Trump and Crooks, according to the Secret Service. These people are not answering our questions. We should be loud. We should continue to ask these questions because this is one of 2 things, guys. This is either a screw up or it's a cover up. It could be both. Either someone screwed up and completely failed and they don't know what's going on, and their report that there's a lone gunman is a flat out lie, or they could be too stupid and just not know. And I don't believe that. I don't believe they're that stupid. These are very intelligent people that have these jobs. I think they know there was more than one shooter. Either their guys, they had more people shooting at Crooks and they're just lying about that, or there were more people shooting in Trump's direction also. But make no mistake.
All right, kids, this is the part where you do the things the grown-ups don't want to do anymore. Likely to go quietly.
There was at least, according to
Computer's
actual
really
data,
chugging.
science, math, according to that, there's at least 3 different distances that these shots were fired from. Not 3 different guns. It's not like we have this fantasy that Crooks picked up 3 different guns and shot them and they gave us 3 different sounds. We're not talking about sounds and we're not talking about the type of gun. We're talking about mathematical triangulation to get back to a location, again, using algebra, to figure out based on the actual audio that we all have access to. And we know without a doubt that we're dealing with distances of 400 feet, 800 feet, and 1,400 feet. And no way do all 4 of those shots come from that rooftop, and no way do they come from those other rooftops, because these other rooftops that we're talking about where the counter snipers were, those don't add up either. And again, that final shot that the federal government says came from the counter sniper team behind Trump on the right side of him, that shot did not come for many seconds after this entire string of shots were fired. Guys, please like, subscribe, share. These videos don't last very long. I'm seeing a lot of guys that are doing the same thing, that they're getting their videos taken down. So please subscribe if you don't mind. That certainly helps the channel. Certainly pushes these videos up into the recommended videos.
Good stuff. Very interesting. Have to wait for other analysis and see what they say. But yeah, very interesting. Like Scotty Boy says, we got to wait and see all the information that comes out about this. Every day there's new stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. Got about another 4 minutes and we got to cut it off.
And I really
isn't
believe that we're going to see it's going to get deeper. There's going to be 25,000 angles and, to this. And everybody's going to have like 50 angles under their belt before we're all done. But it's okay. Eventually,
It's candy for the mind, I think, really, in the end of it, you know.
yeah, it gives us something to talk about. But now, what is being covered up by all this?
Well, we know
Because
there's a
usually-
cover up. We'll figure out what that is in a while, you know.
Well,
They usually
what I
like
mean,
to pass laws and stuff too while they're doing things like this.
yeah,
I haven't
that's
seen
what
any
I'm
of that.
saying.
Yeah.
What is going on in the background while we're paying attention to all this?
Right.
You know, they're sliding something through while we're not watching.
They usually do try that. So
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what they're trying to slide through on us.
yeah.
We better look into that too. Definitely. Somebody better be looking at that because they're probably doing something that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. And
Anyway.
the whistleblowers. We might get some whistleblowers. Who knows, right? So
No, yeah, we'll always get some whistleblowers and it'll be well, at least, you know, the journalists will be having fun for a while and the citizen journalists will have something to do and it'll be it'll be fun to watch for a while.
well, I think it's going to open a lot of eyes because everybody
so,
is
too.
seeing it's a fake or it's a hoax. It's not what they're telling us anyway. And yeah, so hopefully this will open a lot of eyes and they'll start looking at other things too and start listening to people who have looked at other things, you know. That's my hope.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe our community will start getting bigger, you know.
I really welcome that. And I think remote viewing is a big part of that too. And it'll be interesting to see what they come up with versus what we come up with. So,
Yeah.
and versus what, but
Yeah, like we hit on a lot of spiritual aspects of this. So,
I bet there was.
Yeah.
I was getting that too. I was getting
Yeah.
that.
they love their ceremonies and their shows and their alignments and numbers and all that. They love to, you know, and they like to project. So we'll see what they're projecting in the future. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming up, Dee. Much enjoyment.
Well,
This is
thank
fun.
you for having me. It's
Glad you
great to
caught
be
me.
up here. Yeah, I think we gotta do some collaborations some point.
Yeah.
And I think actually we make a
Some
pretty
remote
good
viewing
show
done.
together.
Yeah.
So I hope to have you on my show at some point.
Yeah. You have yours late at night on weekdays, though.
Yeah, that's the thing is that I'm gonna try and get some that are. I have had some earlier, but
Mhm.
we're gonna have to make some plans for that. I know for you, I realize that. But I've done that for Paul Christian and some other people, so
We've got some
we
good
can
targets.
we can
here.
definitely do that. If you know that you want to do that, well, then we'll set up a time when you can actually be there. Okay.
Yeah. Or afternoon's good for you here, like this time.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't always have to do this show. You know, we could go over
Mhm.
yours. Multi-stream. There is the multi-stream option. up
That's
at the
true.
top
There's
left-hand corner.
multi-streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, and then because you have the ability to show the clips, and I do not.
Yeah.
That would really be helpful.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well,
yeah.
we'll maybe we'll do one next weekend again.
Okay, we'll try that.
Okay. All right. All right,
Okay.
guys. Until next time. Much love to you all. Keep your third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition. Bye bye.
Take care. Love you. Aloha.